It's now time for the Salem Tiger Sports pregame show on KSMO Radio 95.7 and online at ksmoradio.com. Featuring Tiger Talk with Coach Barnes and Stan Stevens. Tiger Talk comes up next in just a moment.
Do you know what to do if you're stuck on the railroad crossing? Get out of your vehicle. If a train is not approaching, find the blue and white emergency notification system sign on the traffic signs at the crossing. For help, call the number on the sign and give them the crossing number so they know your location and can alert train traffic. Remember, find the blue and white to save your life. For more information, visit oli.org.
Welcome to Tiger Talks. Stan Stevens along with Coach Bryson Barnes. Coach of Salem Tigers. Offense against the Knob Noster Panthers came out and put on a textbook drive, taking 7 minutes, 32 seconds off the clock, going in for the touchdown after 72-yard drive. Coach, you had to be thrilled with the way the Tigers came out and started the game against Knob Noster.
100%. What we talked about a lot, especially in our pregame meeting, was, we're designed to get those very long, intricate drives where we grind the ball and move it down the field, and we control the clock. And like you said, almost 7.5 minutes, and that was textbook exactly what we wanted, ending with a touchdown. And so, now it's the challenge of continuing that success when we do get the ball back and make it stops, continuing to respond and getting hold of that lead and not getting it back up. So, that was, it was perfect, exactly what we needed to do, and, that's what we need to keep replicating throughout the season.
Nice mix of pass, rushing yards, even a big fourth down draw penalty against Knob Noster. Coach, a little bit of everything that is showing a bit of maturity on the Salem Tiger team, don't you think?
Yeah, like we talked about last week, and, just improving week to week. Mm-hmm. Obviously, week one, a lot of disappointment, didn't play well. And so our challenge is very simple: be better this next week. And we know that we did that. We would have liked to sustain, offense more. We had some injuries that happened throughout the game, which kind of, hampered a few things. But ultimately, no, they grew, they matured, they improved. And so, again, that has to be our mindset with these guys. Every week we get better. And obviously, we did improve, yes, but it was not enough to win the game. And we're all aware of that. And so that's our main goal, is to improve enough to get better. And then, again, if we do everything we're supposed to, we'll be there when it comes to the fourth quarter, the chance to win the game. So that's always our mindset, always growing and developing.
And early in the season, to lose your starting quarterback, not able to play quarterback because of a swollen left hand, but still able to play defense for you. But, Coach, you have to put a freshman in, and, that's got to be a little bit, exciting for the young man, but also a bit scary coming in game 2 of the year. I thought Everett did a good job, but you could tell it's just not the same flow, not the same mojo that the Tiger offense had in that first drive.
Right, exactly. Yeah, it's a lot. First ever start playing varsity game, true freshman. That was definitely just a big change of speed in the game. When just made mistakes, and we talked about it. He'll be better whenever he gets called upon again. And we thought he said to do what he needed to get us to halftime, and then we made the adjustment there second half to put Wyatt in, one of our better athletes, his brother, and he made some good plays for us.
And, Wyatt showed a nice little throwing capabilities as well as he can catch the footballs. He got a couple of big catches in that first half, but he's not afraid to throw the ball and go down the field with it, and you got to like that. And, of course, when you have Caleb Ingram on the other end pulling them down, Coach, you start to see something that looked pretty good in the Salem Tiger offense right there.
Yeah, exactly. Again, it kind of took us a while, after the initial injuries that we had, but ultimately, they were fearless in that, it's hard to just kind of step in there with not too many reps like Wyatt did there in the second half, but, he's athletic enough to make some plays. And, it was awesome, too. Caleb's a guy who's got a ton better as a player, so it was fun to watch him make some plays as well.
And, of course, as you mentioned, a couple of injuries happened. They also happen on your offensive line. And these adjustments that you make, and grant you're teaching a lot of young men some new positions. You got new linemen out there. So when a guy goes down on a starter goes down, or the guy that's backing up the starter goes down, and all of a sudden somebody gets elevated to the next position, sometimes a little bit hard to step in right away and be up to speed. But I thought the Tigers' offensive line did a good job, especially when Wyatt stepped in, to give him plenty of time to throw.
Yeah, no, they did. I think a big thing for us was adjusting just a different cadence. Had some false starts there that you kind of get used to someone else doing it and someone else, so like small stuff like that. We talked about a lot this week, but no, ultimately, I thought Cubs did a good job of giving him a chance in the running game. I think our pass protection we need to definitely improve upon, give the quarterback more time to get the ball out, especially when we're rolling out of the pocket too. But no, overall, it was definitely a step up from week one.
And when you see a lot of different guys handling the ball, I thought Caden Du Bois read the play very well in that first drive, and not to go back to that too much, but when he needed to carry the ball, he was ready, willing, and able to do that. He made his decision quickly so that he got to that hole quick, or he got to the outside faster, picked up additional yardage. And, Coach, when you see a quarterback recognize what's on the field and seeing down the field and knowing, okay, I can get maybe 8, 10, 15 yards, and then slightly get out of bounds so he doesn't take that big hit. Coach, you're doing something right for that quarterback. He's learning the game.
Exactly. Yeah, exactly. He made some good plays there, good decisions there where, pass might have not been there, but he saw the field and took advantage of it and ran hard downhill and got the yardage. So, I'm excited for tonight and to, sustain more drives like that and get our offense, opportunities to go score. So we're looking forward to it.
Unfortunately, we had the one turnover on offense. Everett threw it out there, and you got to give a lot of credit. The senior Ray Goldsby of Knob Noster just kind of baited him, and as soon as that young man threw it, he was looking at his receiver the whole way. He's just stepped right in and took that the other way right before halftime. That hurt a little bit because obviously the Tigers had the lead, early in the game, gave it up with 4 minutes and 3 seconds left, and then gave up the lead in that first half on that interception, pick six. Had to hurt a little bit, but, Coach, you knew you were still in the game going into the second half.
Yeah, the interception, we broke it down just it's kind of a mistake there with the read and too late with the football. But, again, that's definitely one thing, quarterback. You're going to learn. There's a lot of days you get to learn, and it's good, successful. There's a lot of days you got to learn. It's not always going to be ideal performance-wise. So, he knew what he had done just on that particular play, and again, not ideal going into half for that to happen, but
right.
We were trying to move the ball down the field with that field position. We got there late in the second half, or late in the first half, trying to get points on the board. But again, he just finished what we did, and we'll keep rolling with that, and always find ways to correct those mistakes. Always
something to learn in football, isn't there, Coach?
100% across the board, no doubt.
When we come back, we're going to talk about that Tiger defense against the Knob Noster Panthers, and we return on Tiger Talk after this.
Report cards may not always be the most fun things for kids to get, but they are important. Their grades show how well they're doing in class and where they might need improvement. But why shouldn't schools get grades too? And shouldn't parents be able to see how their child's school compares to others? We at the Show Me Institute strongly believe the answer is yes. And that's why we came up with the Missouri School Rankings Project. Click on the website moschoolrankings.org and it's all there. Rankings and letter grades for all the schools in Missouri. The rankings are based on several categories, such as student performance in English language arts and math, ACT scores, and graduation rates. Then we take the rankings and come up with a grade point average, just like your child has. Each school and district has a grade, and the website is easy to use. Don't you want to know how your child's school stacks up? Now you can. Learn more at showmeinstitute.org. The Show Me Minute has been brought to you by Show Me Institute and Show Me Opportunity.
Now back to more of Tiger Talk on KSMO.
Welcome back to Tiger Talk. Stan Stevens, Coach Bryson Barnes. Coach of Salem Tigers on defense. I would say a first quarter didn't have a lot to do, but I thought they really did a good job in that first half of slowing down Sam Livingston, who he's a speedster, outstanding athlete for him, but they really kept him in check early on, and the Payne boy, and were able to defend the pass very well. Knob Noster really struggled that first half. When they finally did get going in that second quarter, they were able to go in, get that touchdown with about 4:03 left to go in the half. And, of course, we already talked about the pick six. But overall, in that first half, I thought Tiger defense played outstanding.
Yeah, exactly. And again, one of their scores was the pick six that they had against us. So really, they only scored one time. I mean, that game should have been 7-7, going into half. The defense did great. They came out really hot, especially in the first quarter. I mean, really held them in check. What we were really better, I thought, was when we got into like second and long and third and long, understanding the situation. and reading our keys and keeping the ball in front of us, rallying to the tackle. And then, I think things that we could have done better, setting the edge outside, from our defensive end positions. I think that could have been a little bit better, more consistent the defense that we were trying to run to prevent some of those outside zone running plays they had and some of those quick screens. But no, overall, they definitely stepped up and made plays, especially in the first half.
And I thought really Noster took advantage of some good field position in the second half when the Tigers were struggling, right off the bat with the offense. Of course, Wyatt got them going again a little bit later on, but they took advantage of a couple of really good opportunities to score with a short field. And you can't take anything away from them. They did the right thing. They got the yardage they needed. They got the first downs. And, of course, they got a couple of touchdowns in the third quarter. But after that, Coach, Salem Tiger defense absolutely shut down the Panthers of Noster.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, they came out out at halftime. We both sides, low start. That's something that we got to eliminate. We had to be able to come out and play aggressive and, get us the ball back. So, the defense definitely kind of blew behind in the third quarter, and then fourth quarter they definitely sealed it off. So, they gave us opportunities to win. Offensively, we just have to be better.
And when I look back at the tackling in this game against Noster, 100% better than it was against St. James. I thought the guys, even if they couldn't bring the guy down, at least they held him up, waited for help. And then when the Tigers did get gang tackling in there, they really started to slow down the Panthers. So I saw a huge improvement in that tackling game.
Yeah, definitely. The effort, a flying to the ball, like you said, and everybody coming together, for those gang tackles. Yeah, it was definitely miles better and has to continue to get better every week.
And I really thought, again, looking at the DBs and on the pass protection, I thought Salem Tigers did an outstanding job in keeping Noster from trying to throw the ball, even though Payne occasionally looked like he was wanting to throw the ball. He ended up having to run simply because there was nobody to throw it to.
Right, yeah, and our secondary did a good job. I think, when the secondary held him in check on the back end, for protecting against routes, lineman kind of got a little too far upfield, so where he was able to step up and go, try to scramble. But we really matched their routes really well, and that's one thing we're working a lot in practice, understanding different types of route patterns, what they're trying to do, and how we have to switch off as defensive backs to make sure that every route's accounted for. So I thought we did a good job, and definitely have to continue to, especially some of the teams we have coming up.
When we come back, we're going to talk about the first SCA conference game of the year against the Houston Tigers when we return on Tiger Talk with Coach Bryson Barnes in just a moment.
Hey man, stop flipping the channels.
Sorry, I've never seen so many stations.
Hello?
How's the ride?
Oh, it's sweet. I got all the bells and whistles. Satellite radio.
Hey, I was listening to
navigation system.
Yo, you just missed the stop sign.
Hold on, I just got a text. I'll put you on speaker. 2 DVD players. Wait, hey man, how do you spell?
Look out!
Near train tracks, stay focused, stay alive. Brought to you by Operation Lifesaver. www.oli.org.
I'm Tamron Hall. Doesn't your family deserve the best? Eggland's Best Eggs. Classic, cage-free, and organic. Give you and your family more delicious farm-fresh taste, plus superior nutrition. Compared to ordinary eggs, Eggland's Best provides 6 times more vitamin D, 10 times more vitamin E, and 25% less saturated fat. These are no ordinary times, so why choose an ordinary egg? Only Eggland's Best. Better taste, better nutrition, better eggs.
Now back to more of Tiger Talk on KSMO.
Welcome back to Tiger Talk. Stan Stevens along with Coach Bryson Barnes. Coach, the Salem Tigers did not have their parade last Friday due to the rain. That'll be coming down tonight just in time for the opening SCA conference game against the Houston Tigers. I know Salem is anxious to play Houston again after last year. And this Houston Tiger team, though, has found an offensive punch this year that we just haven't seen from them in a couple of years.
Yeah, no, definitely. Through their first 2 games, offensively they moved the ball well. They're really good up front, line of scrimmage, getting a good push, getting to the play side, getting the backs enough time to get to line of scrimmage, and then giving them kind of the ball in space. And they have some good counter stuff, some misdirection. So a lot of movement within their offense. They've definitely been able to rack up the points so far through 2 weeks.
And I think one of the things is now Coach Sloan's been there, I think now 6 years, and it's good for them to have a consistent coach and now starting to build a program. But I really do believe that when I look at this Houston team, probably their biggest strength that they're going to have in the game tonight is probably their experience, a little bit more experience Salem Tigers, because the offensive line that they're going to put out against Salem tonight, pretty much all those kids played last year against Salem, right?
Yes, that's correct. Yeah, the linemen, D-line, O-line, they have the good experience, have good size to them. They've been around in their program for a while now. Yeah, so they're going to definitely be a really good, aggressive, and they're really physical. They get movement. They're very quick off the ball. So they're going to be a really good unit to go against tonight.
And I believe they got Wyatt Hughes back at quarterback again this year, Coach?
Yes, that's correct. Yep. So he'll be now a junior. Started for him last year as well.
Okay, so, they got that experience there. And the Salem Tigers, though, if they've improved their first 2 games, we always know Houston and Salem's going to be a good matchup tonight. And the Tigers just have to play their game, the Salem Tigers is, and keep Houston off the field on the offensive side.
Yeah, exactly. Again, just got to play our game, be smart, control the ball, control the time of possession. And really just defensively, I want to see us get more turnovers, right? Get more pressure, get more sacks, get more tackles for losses. Penetrate through the line on the back end if they do throw it up. Don't try to get interceptions. And again, they're definitely more runs than pass, at least for their first 2 games. So we just got to make sure that they are doing the run a lot. We can't fall asleep on the back end.
When I was looking at their roster, Coach, I didn't recognize a name on there that was blessed with excessive speed. Was there something in the films that you saw, a certain particular player that might be a little bit quicker that we just don't know of yet?
I don't know about quick, but I will say, so the quarterback is a really good athlete in space. Number 22, kind of a fullback, linebacker, running back for him. He's just a really good physical power back, and he will run downhill. He's great at lead blocking. From the linebacker position, he's great at setting an edge, shedding, get the tackles. He's another really good player that they have, and he played for him last year as well. He's a really tough football player.
And you need guys like that, and they become your leaders through the year, don't they?
Exactly. Yep, you're correct.
All right, Coach, we wish you the very best of luck tonight against the SCA opponent, the Houston Tigers, in SCA Conference play. Good luck tonight, Coach, against the Houston Tigers.
Appreciate it.
Thank you, sir. Stay tuned. Tiger football, it is next.
Thanks for joining us for the Salem Tiger pregame show with Tiger Talk featuring Coach Barnes and Stan Stevens. Stay tuned. Tiger Sports comes your way next on KSMO Radio 95.7 and online at KSMOradio.com.
Sorry, Dad.
Sure, you could get him a new car. You could also light a pile of money on fire. Because as long as Mr. It wasn't my fault takes the wheel on occasion, maintaining this car is your best option. So keep it running longer, stronger, with quality parts and a whole lot of Napa know-how.
Dad, where are you going?
Duncan Family Chiropractic provides chiropractic care to everyone from newborn to elderly. Dr. Duncan treats wellness, sports injuries, chronic ear infections, pregnancy, and more. Ask Dr. Duncan about your full line of supplements, including Juice Plus and standard processed supplements, as well as pain relief, BioFreeze products.
Welcome to this KSMO media broadcast of Salem Tiger Football. Today's game is being brought to you by K&H Auto Supply, Salem Memorial District Hospital, Farm Bureau Insurance, Bank of Salem, Napa Auto Parts, Monet Auto Supply, Progressive Ozark Bank, Tax Masters, Southwest Baptist University, Salem Campus, Town and Country Insurance, Terrell Complete Auto Care, Edward Jones, Duncan Family Chiropractic, Ozark Overhead Door LLC, State Farm Insurance, Salem Trust, Southtown Furniture, Stephen Patterson, Attorney at Law, Living the Dream Outdoor Properties, Wilson Mortuary, Country Chic Boutique and Photography, J&D Automotive, Dent County Veterinary Clinic, Align by Design Chiropractic, Hometown Mechanical, Town Screen LLC. And now, get ready for Salem Tiger football right here on KSMO Media.
All right, how are you doing, buddy?
Very good. Ready for some football without rain?
Hey, this is a pretty nice evening, Stan.
Gorgeous evening. Fantastic evening. So we're getting ready to get that game underway. Salem Tigers did win the toss, and they have elected to defer to the second half. So the Houston Tigers will be receiving the ball to start things out. And this Houston Tiger team, Rick, and I don't have a lot of time to get underway before we get underway, but they have found the offensive juggernaut, whatever you want to say, that they've been looking for years. Over 45 points in both of their first two games.
Consecutive games, like you say. They've got their offense rolling. We'll see what happens here tonight.
Tigers defense will be put to the test right off the bat. And we know that this is a very, very experienced Houston team. So they're going to send deep down the left side. Zach Williams, he's a senior. Down the right side, it'll be number 33, Dakota James. He's the senior. He actually is going to be in the middle. And over on the far right side, it'll be number 8, Bryson Alexander. He's the puppy. He's only a sophomore. But they got 3 guys deep. Mr. Stokes will be kicking it off here for the Salem Tigers. We're about ready to get things underway. Hope you enjoy the game on KSMO Media. And you still got time to come on down and enjoy the game if you're here locally. It should be a great football game by the time it's all said and done. Stokes waiting for the official to give him the sign. He's ready. Yep. Stokes is ready. And the kick goes off to the left side. Going to be taken, well, dropped actually, and still on the ground. Ooh. Dives the Houston Tiger player to cover the ball. Ooh. I believe that was number 5, Zach Williams. That ball bounced off 3 or 4 hands, Rick.
Wow.
And the Houston will have the ball around the 22-yard line, maybe 23 is what they'll spot them. 1st and 10. One thing we do know about Houston, Rick, goes back years and years, they like a lot of misdirection.
Yeah, they'll. You're going to hear, like you say, you're going to hear traps and misdirections from us all night long, and that's what we're going to see how this Houston offense.
Wyatt used their quarterback. He's been quarterback now since he was a freshman. He's back there, and I think Dakota James will be his first guy back. There might be an inside handoff, and they do. They give it off to Zach Williams trying to get around the outside, and he does. And he's picking up good yardage across the 35-yard line, a gain of about 12, and a first down. That inside handoff, Rick, we talked about it, and they pick it up right away. They've got some guys that have got pretty good speed. I don't think they have anybody that's a speedster like Mountain View, but
I don't think so either. But
they've got a lot of guys with very good speed.
And you're going to hear a lot of runners, I guarantee you, tonight.
No doubt about it. They like to run the ball. Handing that ball up the middle to Dakota James. James still on his feet, breaks a tackle and gets out near the 50-yard line. Finally brought down by Caden DuBois, but a gain of almost 15 yards and another first down. Nothing fancy about that, right up the gut.
Now just turn around and give the ball off and let him go, and that's exactly what he did. And there was a wide open up the middle for him to get 15 yards out of that one.
Talked about the offensive line being experienced, and you're seeing it right here. They're pushing guys back a little bit. Tiger defense is going to have to push back or get in those holes.
Yeah.
Hughes back, has a running back on each side of him. We'll hand that on to number 22, Anthony Carroll. Carroll stops and makes a cut inside, and Carroll down the left sideline. Flags go down. He's going to score a 50-yard run, but flags went down right around the 30. 2 of them, Rick.
Yeah.
I'm not sure what that was. It looked like holding on 1.
Yeah.
And that's exactly what the call is going to be. I didn't see the second flag might have been.
I did either. Like I say, unless they've both seen the same thing. But I think they may have both seen the same thing as what you did was a holding penalty.
So it'll be right now, Rick, a gain of what looks like 17, and then they'll move it back 10. But we'll wait until they actually spot the ball, which they have not done yet.
Yeah, the one referee there was standing on the 32, I think, Stan.
Yeah, or the 33. I'm not sure exactly where that is.
On the 2. Yep.
So 17-yard line, and I'm sorry, 17-yard gain, and they'll move the ball back to the 42. Oh, actually, that's only no, they went all the way down to the 32, a 20-yard or 22-yard gain, and they move it back 10.
Okay.
Sorry about that, Rick.
That's right.
So from the Salem Tiger 42, first and 2.
Yep.
I was going to say first and 10.
Almost.
First and 2 after that 22-yard run. And then they move it back 10. Firing out very quickly out to Williams. Williams has it, trying to stutter step, and he will get it maybe a yard.
You going to call that a pass, Stan? Or
I
lateral?
would call it a pass.
You're going to go pass? Okay.
Wyatt Campbell came up, made that stop at a gain of 1.
Okay.
Looks like they're trying to set up a screen,
Yeah,
Rick.
looks like they didn't have enough blockers out there to do that. Yeah.
Well, they started with trips right, and they all came back across the field. Very tight formation here. With that pistol set, Hughes goes underneath, and he'll run for the first down. 3 running backs in the backfield for help, just a push, and a gain of 4, and another first down for Houston. 9 minutes to go, first quarter. Houston has had a very good start to this game.
Yep.
With a couple of big runs.
Big runs.
1 touchdown called back on a penalty. See, the Tiger defense can make them pay on that one. Ball at the 37-yard line. It'll be first and 10 as Hughes goes under center. Flips that ball back, trying to make the cut inside and getting down to about the 30. It's like number 22, Anthony Carroll. And that'll be a gain of about 5, maybe 6.
See where they put that down at, Stan?
I think they're going to put it down to 31, so we'll give them a gain of 6.
Okay.
Ball on the near side hash mark. I think Wyatt Martin made that tackle, or at least he was on the bottom of that pile.
He was on the bottom. Yeah.
Definitely on the bottom. I bet he knew that. Williams goes wide to the right side. Arthur out there as well in the slot. Handoff trying to get outside is Dakota James, and James will get about 3. Trying to go off that right corner. And picking that tackle up was Braden Atkinson. Braden had a kind of an off first half last week after a great game against St. James. He picked it up in the second half.
Yeah, he
but
did.
I don't think we even called his name one time in that first half.
No, I don't think so either.
Gain of 3 yards, 3rd and 1. It's a big third down play here.
Yep.
Again, 3 guys in the backfield. Hughes goes under center. It looks like he's going to keep it himself and get the first down to the 25. No, he did give it off to Carroll.
Carroll, okay.
Yep. Another first down, and that is the 4th first down of this drive for Houston. Ball to Salem Tiger 25 with 7.5 to go. First quarter, no score. Flipping it back to the outside. There goes Dakota James, breaks a tackle, still on his feet, breaks another tackle, and James will go in for the touchdown. 25-yard run by Dakota James, and it's 6-0 Houston.
Boy, 2 missed tackles there, Stan. Had him at the line of scrimmage, and he got out of that one and got hit about another 2 or 3 yards down the field and broke that tackle. And once he broke that one, there was nobody left for the Salem Tigers.
7:20 to go here in this, the first quarter, and a very impressive drive by Houston going down the field. They're going to set up for 2. As Hughes goes under center, hands that ball off, and trying to get in. It looked like he got short. Was number 22, Anthony Carroll.
No good.
And he'll come up about a foot short. So the 2-point conversion fails. And right now, Houston has a 6-0 lead. Here to start this game out on a very nice drive.
Yeah, it was.
Down the field, Rick, and you had to be impressed with what they did. According to what your stats are, I see them with 9 plays.
Yep.
And 78 yards.
And like you say, and had a touchdown call back in that drive earlier on. So yeah, they put up some yardage up in that one right there and just took the ball right down the field at the Salem Tigers.
Well, James goes in from 25 yards out, and right now, the Tigers, of course, it's early in the game, but they'll have to make some adjustments here and shut down that Houston Tiger offensive line.
Yeah.
That's been their big strength so far.
That's right, and you look at that, Stan, and we had we had 5 different Actually, 5 different people handled ball in that drive right there. As you're going to see lots of different people from these Houston Tigers that's going to carry the load.
Got a lot of people making this broadcast possible, like J&D Automotive, Dent County Vet Clinic, Hometown Mechanical, and Action, Aligned by Design Chiropractic. They're bringing you the action here tonight, as well as all of our other sponsors. We do appreciate everybody. It makes it possible for us to bring you these games on KSMO Radio as well as on KSMO Media. And our score bug is being sponsored by Ozark Overhead Door. So
we don't have a scoreboard.
Our score bug, which is on. Did you do something on the camera, Rick? Did you break it?
Uh-oh. We got the athletic director down there talking to the officials.
That's not a good sign. So now we are.
Like you say, everything is out. Even the now they're coming back on, Stan.
All right, very good. Well, not sure what all that was about, Rick. Anyway, 7:20 to go in the first quarter, 6-0 Houston. And I know Clay Moody has said there's been issues with the score clock here for the last 2 years, Rick, and they can't seem to find what the problem is. They're going to have to figure it out sooner or later, no doubt about that. Right. Salem Tigers will be on the road next week. We'll be going down to Thayer, taking the Bobcats. 7 o'clock game time. And, of course, if you can't make it down, it is a long way to go. You can watch it and hear it on KSMO Media, beginning with Tiger Talk and Coach Bryson Barnes. The Tigers are going offense. The Salem Tigers, that is. I say Tigers.
Tigers.
Yeah.
We got 2 Tigers.
2 Tigers out there. We got the White Tigers and the Blue Tigers. So the White Tigers are the Houston Tigers with their black helmets and also black pants. Salem Tigers in their navy blue uniforms with the Carolina blue trim and numbers. The numbers are white trimmed in that Carolina blue and the navy blue helmets for the most part. I think we got a couple of white helmets out there. So Houston will be kicking off. I believe it'll be Samuel Nance that'll kick off for them.
As soon as they get the football, Stan.
You got to get the right football, Rick.
Yeah, there we go.
You know, when you were a little kid, could you imagine when you're playing in the backyard, Mom, Dad, I need a kicking football and I need a passing football?
Time out. This football ain't going to work.
Yeah, I got to have it, man.
We was lucky to have a football.
Yeah, you're lucky to have a ball. It didn't matter what kind you had. Basketball, baseball, or football, you took it. You ran
exactly,
with it.
Yeah. You didn't complain about it.
No, you did not. Nance to kick it off. Tigers not very deep. With Wyatt Campbell right down the middle. It's a fairly short kick. It's going to come down, picked up there by the Salem Tigers player, Cash Howard, actually. And Howard gets taken down at about the 15. Well, he got it over top of the Tigers running backs, and they struggled in trying to pick that ball up and come back. You don't want to be going back to pick up the ball, Rick. You want to be coming forward and catch it.
You want to get that, you want to get that ball in the air. That's right.
So Houston will start out on defense with Salem back at their 15. Caden DuBois will lead the Tigers out. He's back after getting a little injury to his left hand. Not his throwing hand, but his snap hand. So he's back out there at quarterback for the Salem Tigers, pitching it out and trying to turn upfield. It's Metcalf. Gets a big block and then kind of came to a stop, Rick. That was a big mistake, and then gets pulled down after a gain of about 4 yards.
That was Owens.
I'm sorry, I did say Metcalf, didn't I? That's Owens.
Yeah.
But he did come to a dead stop, and in doing so, he lost his momentum.
He looked like he would, if he would have kept coming, Stan, there was at least maybe another couple of yards out of that, but he decided to let up for whatever reason instead of just keep coming on.
So I saw Metcalf out there, and he had checked out, and now he's back in.
Yeah, he's on the
wide
on the left side.
Yeah. DuBois giving that one off to Owens again. He'll get across the 20 to about the 21, a gain of 2. Not a lot of room out there, brought down by Zach Williams. Also in there, number 56, Harold Lassiter. He'll bring up 3rd and 5. Boy, when Josh got out there, I thought he got a great block, and then he looked like he wanted to figure out which way to go, but you got to keep the feet moving. And as soon as he did that, Houston was able to corral him.
Because they're coming, yeah.
Tigers go 2 to the left side. Now they got Metcalf in motion going back the other way. Du Bois under center. Fakes it, rolls that way, has a man wide open, and he throws it behind him. Man open looked to be Chandler Brakefield. Brakefield reached behind him, just couldn't bring it in. That would have been enough for a first down, but
and more.
The pass was behind. He'll bring up 4th down.
He had him stand, like I say, just didn't lead him out there. Tried to hit him on the run and just didn't leave it out there for him to go get.
No, Houston actually bit on the run to the right and gave Du Bois plenty of time to get that ball out there. He did, but threw it behind Brakefield, who could not bring it in. 5:50 to go. This is the first half. Metcalf into punt. Standing back inside his 10. Snap is a good one. Gets pressure, gets off a line drive kick, and it is taken down on the ground by number 5, Zach Williams.
Kind of dangerous, huh?
At the 47-yard line of Houston. A pretty good punt, to be honest with you. About almost 32 yards. Boy, that ball was doing a knuckle.
It was. Yeah, I was watching that too. You seen the same thing I did.
I did. That ball was knuckling.
It was knuckling.
5:47 to go in this first quarter. 6-0 Houston. They will put Arthur out wide to the right side along with Williams. Wide to the left side comes Caden Crawford. They have a slot man. That'll be Carroll. In motion, they hand it off to number 5, Zach Williams, trying to turn to the outside. Gets a nice block and will pick up 7 yards. And he is taken down by Salem Tigers player number 53, Wyatt Martin. But a gain of just about 7. Campbell out there pushed him back. Martin finished him off. Actually give him a pretty good spot, Rick.
Wow.
I didn't see him get that far. And the officials will call a timeout. I believe they might be giving a water break here, Rick.
That's what I thought, but then...
Well, Houston's coming up to the ball. I'm not sure why he called timeout. Is the clock not moving?
It was, Stan, yeah.
I'm not sure, Rick.
I don't know either. Yeah, you got me.
All right, 2nd down and 1. Well, we thought they might give a water break at 5:21, but they are not. Wyatt Hughes in the gun. The snap. Hands that ball off on the inside and getting a little bit of yardage. I believe it's Dakota James.
Yeah.
And he'll get the first down, about a gain of 3. Huffy with a tackle right there, the 42-yard line, but another first down for Houston. .445 and counting as Hughes comes in the game from the sideline. If you're talking with Coach Sloan, who's now been here 6 years, hard to believe that, right? They had trouble for a long time keeping coaches.
Yeah.
Arthur wide to the right side. Inside handoff goes nowhere. Ball comes loose, actually. I think Salem might have gotten on it. Nope. They'll call him down. They called him down.
Okay.
Ball came out after the fact.
Okay.
So Anthony Carroll with that carry.
Going to give him 1.
Gave him 1 yard.
Okay. Yeah, his knee might have already been down when that ball popped out of there.
I think they said he was stopped in motion. Okay. So the Tigers did strip him of the ball, but after they had stopped his forward progress, and so they elected to blow it dead. Yeah. James wide to the right side. In that slot goes Carroll. In motion comes Arthur going behind. They're going to flip it inside to Carroll. He's got a big hole. Turns the corner. He's at the 30. He's at the 20. And he's inside the 15 to about the 13. From the 42, they're going to mark him down at the 13-yard line. That's 29 yards and a first down. Boy, Rick, that was set up nicely, and you could see as soon as he got that pitch that the offensive line had cleared him out of truck-size hole.
And it was big, and then he had another running back going with him, Stan, that absolutely had made a good block, and that opened it more up. There was nobody out there for Salem.
1st and 10, ball at the 13-yard line near hash mark with 3:30 to go in the first quarter. 6-0 Houston in this SCA opener. Said Houston this year has got a lot of confidence in their offense because they have been able to put up some points. Hughes gets it. Will hand that ball off to the outside, trying to turn the corner. That is Carroll. Carroll still on his feet, cuts back inside, and will go down at about the 8-yard line. Looked like he wanted to string it out. Rick ran out of room. Decided, I'm going to try to cut back inside. He ends up picking up about 5. It'll be inside the 10 at about the 9. Maybe just inside the 9, closer to the 8. Yep. A gain of 5. They can get a first down inside the 4 with 2:43 to go, and this is the first quarter. Hughes will be flanked here by Dakota James on the right side. In motion, Carroll trying to get to the outside. He turns the corner, and he's in for the touchdown. Carroll scores from, we're going to call it 8 yards out. Okay. And it's 12-0.
He just outrun all the defenders there, Stan. At the to get to that corner of the end zone is, he just took the handoff and everybody was blocked. There was a nice block on the outside out there by Zach Williams, Stan, that helped him get into the end zone.
Well, they've been using these slot runs a lot, Rick.
Yep.
Which means they're using a lot of misdirection. They're really confusing the young Salem Tiger defense a little bit. Like I said, it's early in the game, but they're going to have to adjust to this pretty quick. They're going for 2 again. Flip it back and trying to get his way is James. James bounces off a man. I think he's short again. I think the Tigers held, and they did. Yep. James trying to dive in the end zone, left his feet. That might have been a mistake.
Yeah, a little bit too early there, I think, Stan. You're right.
And a 2-point conversion again fails as they try to run off to the right side, and it's a 12-0 Houston lead with 2:20 to go left in this, the first quarter. Don't forget Missouri Tiger football tomorrow, 11 o'clock. They take on K-State, and we'll have it here on KSMO Radio starting at 11 o'clock.
Is that at K-State, Stan?
That's at K-State.
Yeah.
Is that Manhattan?
Manhattan, yep.
Okay. Very good.
And we got Cardinal baseball, I think, tomorrow.
We got Cardinal baseball, 5:20 tomorrow.
Yep.
And then again at 5:40 tomorrow, excuse me. And then 11:40 on Sunday morning with the Pittsburgh Pirates.
Okay.
Cardinal game today with Pittsburgh. Even though it's being aired right now live, we are putting it on delayed basis until after the game. Sorry about that, Cardinal fans, but want to make sure we get you the Salem Tiger game in. And we're not going to tell you what's going on with the Cardinal game. So you'll have to wait and see.
Wait and see.
Cardinals leading the National League Central by 8 games, though.
Yeah.
Build a big lead, Rick, but
I don't want to see us go on cruise control.
Yeah, no.
I don't want to see that.
No, I don't either. And a couple of the games at Washington kind of looked like they went on cruise control.
Yeah, it did. Yeah.
That's I'm not.
I don't want to limp into the playoffs there to the end. Yeah. I don't want to do that. All right.
Nance to kick off for Houston. Let's see the Tigers do here on trying to get the return. They're a little bit deeper this time. And Nance kicks it a little bit shorter this time. Taken by the Tigers right around the 27-yard line and coming up the field to near the 37. Ruben Hovey with that return. Over in front of the Tiger bench, Rick.
Okay.
So let's see what Caden Du Bois and the offense can do. They missed a golden opportunity to get a first down and keep the chains going Salem way. On an errant, just a missed pass.
Yeah,
by
just a
Du
missed
Bois.
pass. Yeah,
behind him.
Yeah, he had more time, I think, Stan, but he just took his time and made a good throw there. It would have been better.
Du Bois under center.
In the shot.
No, now he goes in the gun.
Oh.
And the snap is back, but flags go down. Looked like a little movement on the line.
He was motioning offsides. We'll see.
Yeah. Well, I don't know if the guy jumped over and
That's
we
true.
moved.
There we go.
Offsides against Houston.
We'll take the 5, Stan.
We sure will. Our guy definitely reacted to him coming across the line.
Yeah.
It's just when and who did it first.
Exactly. Yeah.
All right. Du Bois in the gun, right at the 40-yard line. He almost fumbled that ball. Takes it himself, cuts up the middle, and he'll pick up about 3. It'll bring up second and almost 4 yards, Rick, from the spot.
Okay.
It'll bring up second and 1. Kind of right up the gut.
They did.
That ball, you can see he does not want to catch it with that left hand.
Didn't look secure, did it?
No, he didn't. I'm thinking that left hand may still be a little tender.
A little sore, yeah.
He definitely didn't want to put that left hand out there, and he had that, and he kind of cupped it with that right hand.
Yeah.
That's okay.
As long as you can hang on to it.
As long as nobody's hitting you at that time.
Right.
Second and 1. Tigers in the eye. Hand off to Owens. Owens goes right in the middle of the bunch, and he's not going to get anything. I don't think he gained nothing. It'll be no gain, 3rd and 1. Josh just ran right into a big pile of blue and white, and it was just a mangled mess.
Yeah.
And he could get through nowhere.
Yeah, there was no there. Like I say, no pen. The offensive line did not push anybody standing, and the Houston Tigers did, and that line was stuffed right there in the middle, and there was nowhere for Josh to go.
Metcalf back in the ball game, 3rd and about a yard, a little over a yard now. I'll still say no gain, but it probably lost about a foot.
Yeah.
The Tigers going wide to the right side. Will send out that way. Wyatt Campbell. Du Bois runs that way, has the room to get the first down, and does some more. Du Bois down the sideline to the 30, to the 20, 10, 5. He's going to score a touchdown.
Nice job.
And the official slid down, and a flag goes in late. I mean, really late. That might be a taunting, Rick.
Could be something there. You're right, Stan.
That's a 51-yard touchdown run, and hopefully that was not during the play. Hopefully that came after the touchdown. The flag came in after the touchdown, Rick.
Yeah, it did.
We're still waiting on the official to show what he's going to call. A 51-yard run, and hopefully they don't call that one back on something that was not even a part of the play.
Yeah.
I think they are. They're talking it over with the Houston captain out there, and that's number 56, Harold Lassiter. Still waiting on the signal by the official. He's not even given a preliminary signal.
Nope.
The flag came in after Du Bois scored and actually was turning back toward the bench, and the official threw the flag high in the air.
Touchdown's good.
Touchdown's good. After the play.
Unsportsmanlike conduct. Okay. Let's see. But you're right. I mean, it was definitely after, like you say, after the touchdown scored by Du Bois of 51 yards.
51-yard run, and boy, Rick, he had a lot of green.
Yeah, he did.
And Caden did the right thing. He did not slow down. There was a guy not too far from him. I thought, please don't slow down and try and move inside. And he just
stay out there.
And you're right, he just stayed to the outside and then was able to get into green territory where he was able to score. Right now, 12-6, Tigers going for the point after here. This could be a huge point after.
That's what I was getting ready to say, because Houston has missed 2. Maybe Salem can get one of them back.
Metcalf in for the point after. Du Bois to hold. Remember, he's got a sore left hand. That's the one he has to catch with.
Yep.
And then place it down with the right. Snap is back. The kick is blocked. Never really was high enough to get off the ground. So the PAT is blocked. And we played 11 minutes, 23 seconds of the first quarter. It's 12-6 Houston. That's a good way to respond, Rick.
Yeah, like I say, we needed a big run, Stan, and that was right there was the same thing that we kind of seen earlier, that he threw the ball on Stan. That time he just took it out there, sucked everything on the Houston on the inside, and that opened up the hold outside for Caden, and he just took it down the sideline.
The Salem Tigers trail it now 12-6. Houston will get the ball with 37 seconds left to go in the first quarter after the kick.
Yeah, it's going to be they're going to end up with good field position here, Stan, because I have a feeling, like I say, when they mark this penalty off, that Salem's going to be kicking from about, 25?
Yep.
Yeah.
So the Tigers with the unsportsmanlike conduct, Salem Tigers, that is.
Yep. on the. We thought it was taunting. I don't know what was. I mean, I'm sure there was something that was said over there. I didn't see anything physical happen, but
I'd have to think it was taunting, Rick.
Yeah, I do too. Yeah.
You know, I saw a couple of Tiger players grab their helmets off.
Yeah.
I don't know if they said something or pointed, or you can't really do anything anymore.
No, you cannot do that.
You know, and even though you feel like it, look, see what we just did and point. You can't even do that anymore.
Because they will throw a flag on you.
And they did, as a matter of fact. So, kicking off, Matt Stokes and Houston, as Rick said, they're standing at the deepest at the 35-yard line. That kick's going to come down at the 35, and they're going to all huddle together and come out with the ball up the middle, trying to run it back. Is number 33, Dakota James, and he'll get back over the 50-yard line. We've seen him do that before and actually run for a touchdown.
Yeah, we have. Yeah.
We've seen Willow Springs do that before and run for a touchdown. So that's not a new play where they all come together and huddle, and then you don't know who has the ball, but you're pretty sure it's not going to be a guy with an upper-level number.
No.
Pretty sure of that.
Yeah, it's going to be one of the littler guys.
You would think. 30 seconds to go. 1st and 10 for Houston. The ball at the 48-yard line of Salem. Giving that ball off to James. James trying to get to the outside. Still on his feet. Gets down to the 40-yard line. Boy, Rick, he was battling.
Wow.
He got, actually, contact was made with him about 4 yards down the field. Ooh. And he was able to battle for about another 4.5. And it'll bring up 2nd down and 2, as time is probably going to run out here in the first quarter. 3 seconds to 1, and they'll not get the play off. We played 1 quarter here at Salem, Missouri. Our score, the Salem Tigers trail the Houston Tigers by a score of 12-6. We'll come back in 1 minute. This is Tiger Football on KSMO Media.
If you have the audacity to believe a financial advisor should talk with you, not at you.
If you believe access to your financial advisor should be a right, not a privilege.
Join the nearly 7 million investors who think like you do. FaceTime and Think Time make a difference.
Join us.
Join us.
At Edward Jones, it's how we make sense of investing.
Call Joe Brandon Salem at 729-3831.
I am a Missouri Farm Bureau insurance agent, and I'm here to talk about life, your dreams, your work, your family, and how you can protect it all with a company that will talk to you with the honesty of a farmer and take care of you with the integrity of a neighbor. I'll make sure no detail is left uncovered so your family can breathe easy. Because just like you, I chose to build a life in Missouri too. I'm a Missouri Farm Bureau insurance agent, and I'm from Missouri for life.
Is it actually in play?
No, it's not. Is it? No, it's backed by the light. But as we get ready to start the second quarter, Salem Tigers on defense. And if you're on the video side, let's meet those defensive players.
Caleb Ingram, senior.
Wyatt Campbell, junior.
Josh Owen, senior.
Ruben Hovey, sophomore. Chandler Brakefield, sophomore.
Caden DuBois, junior.
Jamal Metcalf, junior.
Wyatt Martin, junior.
Hunter Brown, junior.
Cole Corson, senior.
Braden Atkinson, junior.
Out of the 31-yard line, a gain of 9. Another first down for Houston. Straight direct snap to Wyatt Hughes. That's really his first run of the game.
Yeah. Yeah, he just, like I say, there was no hesitation. He just took the snap and took off.
Houston has really had a good job done on the ground here today.
Yep.
Wide to the left side goes Williams. And again, a lot of slots. In that slot is Carroll right now on the near side, right in the back. Now James in set. They'll have a man in motion, Arthur, and they're going to give it to James. James trying to get to the outside. Great tackle.
Nice job.
Getting in there beautifully for the Salem Tigers, number 35. And that's Ruben Hovey. He got him around the ankles, and he would not let go.
Nice job.
Loss of 1, 2nd down, 11. We need more of those guys shooting the gaps like that.
I agree with you. Especially like you say, I mean, you can almost read that. You don't know which way is going to get it. But if you tackle both of them, saying you'll get the carrier. Yeah.
Yeah. That's what we always said. Don't know who's got it.
Just tackle them both. Yeah.
Williams wide to the left side. Again, Arthur in the slot. He's in motion coming through. And they give it to James. James breaks the tackle, still on his feet. Tigers are not getting a good clean hit at him, and he's going to get about 4 yards, but a flag did go down. Another flag just went into the mix, Rick.
Okay.
Right where the player was down. So that's a late flag. That's not the initial flag. There's going to be two penalties on this play with 10:33 to go in the half. The back judge threw the flag into the mix as the player was getting up. Somebody might have taken a swing at somebody.
Swing or a kick or something, yeah.
Dead ball foul, and now there's talk in the Houston huddle. The official did not like it. Not sportsmanlike conduct against Salem. What about the other penalty?
You got a flag down here, too.
That's not what the other flag was down for. And I still have not seen anything there. Well, what's the other flag for? That flag was thrown way early.
Like I say, the flag on this side, like I say, Stan, was not even, This was before all that happened.
It is, and he's not doing anything with that.
What about that one?
They're picking it up, Rick.
Wow.
Wow, that is a wow. So that's two unsportsmanlike penalties against the Salem Tigers. That's 30 yards of penalties. That gives Houston a first down.
Okay, what was the gain, Stan? Then?
Oh, the gain was 5 yards.
Okay. Wow.
So the ball marked at the 15-yard line. Handing that ball off to James, trying to get to the outside, and he turns the corner, gets inside the 10, a gain of 6. Trying to go to the outside. Tigers getting over there, Jamal Metcalf, and hauling him down, but not till he gains. They're going to mark him back at 5 now.
Okay.
Second down, still 5 yards to go. Ball inside the 10 at the 9. I don't know why the other penalty was not even addressed, Rick. And there's no way they could have called it sportsmanlike from the corner and from the pile.
Because he'd already threw that on the. He'd already threw that.
He was under center, hand that ball off. Ball almost taken out of the hands of Carroll, but he's taken down for a loss of 2. Boy, Carroll barely got that ball in his hand. And getting back inside there for the Salem Tigers, number 53, Wyatt Martin. And he almost took that ball right out of his hands.
Yeah, he did. I thought he was almost going to take that hand off. That was close, wasn't it?
Not quite that close, but
it was close.
Pretty close. So bring up third down and almost 8. They almost gave him a loss of about 3 on that. 9:20 to go. Tigers could use a goal line stand here. There's no doubt about it. As Hughes goes under center, he has Carroll and James in the backfield. Keeps it himself, does the quarterback, and he gets maybe a yard, or maybe 2.
Did he get 2 out of it?
Back to the 10. So to bring up fourth down and still about 6, Rick.
Okay. See if the defense right here, Stan, can make a stand right here and get the ball back to the offense.
Hughes kept it himself. I'm not sure who stepped up, Rick, but I'm thinking for the Tigers it was Josh Owen. I think he came up there and met him after he saw Hughes kept the ball. Fourth down and 6. See if the Tigers defense can step up here. Martin's going to go back in the gun. James is with him. Carroll now moves to a slot to the right side. I wouldn't probably think you're going to hand it off. They do to James. James to the outside. He's in for the touchdown. Go to James from 10 yards out. Looked like a little holding down there.
Yeah, I've seen that too.
But no call, no flags are down. And James goes in from 10 yards out, and it's an 18-12 game. And I think they did something wrong on the scoreboard.
You seen the same thing I did when I looked up there.
Whoa.
I thought, yes. Just put it on the wrong side. That's okay. They got it fixed.
Well, the Tigers could not get the big stop with 8:20 to go here in the first half. They're just going to have to respond with a touchdown of their own. Again, Houston will line up and go for 2. They were kicking extra points in the pregame.
Yeah, they were.
Wyatt Hughes keeping himself up the middle, trying to get in. He's very close.
He's in.
And he's in for the 2 points. Hughes, the 2-point conversion. And the Salem Tigers trail Houston by 14. As that 2-point conversion is good, it's 20-6. Well, you can see why they were able to pile up some points, Rick.
Yep.
There's no doubt about it. They've been able to really do a good job of moving the ball on the field, and offensive line really does help them out. It's good to have that experience out there.
True.
The Tiger players are going to have to watch those inside handoffs exclusively, being basically, shouldn't I exclusively? No, not truly. Basically to James. He's been doing most of that work, but every now and then they'll give one off to Zach Williams or so, and we see them able to turn that corner. If you can ride them out along the line, Rick, they can't turn that corner. You just got to keep them, spread them out.
You got to string that out. That's right.
Salem Lady Volleyball Tigers will be Potosi on Tuesday. We'll not have that on KSMO Media. Good luck to Coach Barnes and our Lady Volleyball Tigers. Well, they had a great matchup against Eminence the other day. Came back from 23-18 deficit in Game 3 after winning the first 2 games. Scored 7 straight service points to win that game. Talk about
that's hard to do.
That is really hard to do. And Avery Irway was the server there, and I'm telling you, it was pretty impressive to watch. And make sure you get the ball over the net, number 1, but also to make it difficult for them to return it, number 2.
That's true.
Really impressed with our Lady Tigers.
Congratulations.
2-2 on the year, and they'll be at Potosi Tuesday. Nance to kick it off again. Let's see if the Salem Tigers offense can do it again. Nance starts to approach the ball, and then the Houston Tigers coach. We're having some issues with the helmet or our mouth guard, Rick. I think Wyatt Campbell was told to get off the field.
Mm-hmm.
Coming on the field for the Salem Tigers is Evan Mendenhall to take his place.
All righty.
You know, they asked Wyatt to leave earlier.
Yep.
And I don't know if there's.
I'm wondering if that ain't the second unsportsmanlike conduct on him, Stan.
Well, it could be, but I didn't see
They didn't
any
say
ejection.
anything. No, I didn't either.
Kick comes back. Cash Howard has it right around the 10-yard line. Slows down, and he gets hammered at the 25-yard line. So he gets back to the 25-yard line. Cash got popped.
He did, didn't he?
And I think making that hit was Samuel Nance. He was slow in getting up. So Salem will have the ball at their own 26-yard line. He'll actually give them the benefit. Yeah, I hope Campbell's not out of the game.
I think so, Stan. I think so.
That might be.
I think so. Okay.
All right. The boy's in at quarterback. Keeping it himself, he gets hit behind the line of scrimmage and is taken down. He tried to get away from big number 53, Casey Merkling. I'm sorry, number 55, Brady Brookshire. Brookshire is down at the 22-yard line. And he's in some agony.
He's in some pain, yep.
Hopefully the young man is going to be okay.
True.
He got Du Bois in that kind of bear hug and rolled him down. I wonder if he came down on his shoulder, Rick.
Yeah, unlike you, I thought the same thing. And that's kind of what looks to me like I don't know if it's about that or the knee, Stan.
Well, I know. One guy's got his hand on his shoulder and his knee.
Yeah,
so.
Everything's on that side.
Yeah, all on the left side.
Yeah.
So we hope the Brookshire's going to be okay. I do want to remind everybody to make these broadcasts possible. We want to thank all of our sponsors that we have on KSMO, AM 1340, FM 95.7, and on KSMO Media. That does include J&D Automotive, Dent County Vet Clinic, Hometown Mechanical, and Aligned by Design Chiropractic, and also Ozark Overhead Door bringing you our score bug right here. You know, a lot of times on the shoulders, Rick, it's a stinger, and it goes absolutely numb.
Yeah.
And hopefully that's it. But he's limping
He's
off with that left
off,
knee,
yeah.
so hopefully
He may have got-
Brookshire's okay.
When he went down, he may have got that twisted underneath him, Stan. You're right.
Sometimes you land on the hip, you get that hip pointer, and
Mhm.
it just kind of goes numb.
Like, ouch.
Well, a lot of things. The human body can do a lot of different things, but boy, when it wants to give you an answer, it lets you know.
It will let you know.
So 2nd down and 12 after the 2-yard loss. Du Bois in the gun, wants to throw and lofts it out, trying to turn that corner and get outside, and not going to get very far for the Salem Tigers, number 6. And that's Evan Mendenhall. He's going to go down. That's going to be a loss back to the 19 on that short pass. He's going to lose about 4. Bring up 3rd, and I had to call it 16. Houston not fooled by that short pass.
No.
Mendenhall, sophomore, just 130 pounds. Du Bois under center, rolls, has some running room, wants to fire a deep, goes down the field to Mendenhall, but it's overthrown. Saw a little bit of contact out in the middle of the field, Rick, but no flags are down. You know, it's fun to try and go for those bombs, but I'll tell you what, the chances that you're making one are not real good. When
That was pretty good coverage, I thought.
It was
Sam.
really good coverage.
Yeah.
But on 3rd and 16, Rick, you need to get the first down.
Yep.
Not the touchdown. Touchdowns are nice, but you need to start moving the ball in yards. You want to keep that offense on the field, and right now Salem will be punting again with 7:19 to go in the half. And Rick, they're going to have Houston is very good field position.
Yep.
And now timeout is being called by the Salem Tigers. With 7:17 to go in the first half, it's Houston 20, Salem 6. We'll come back in 30 seconds. This is Tiger Football on KSMO Media.
There's a place for do-it-yourselfers with everything for your car or truck.
Clear's end of summer savings at K&H Auto Supply in Salem. Get Turtle Wax Ceramic Wash and Wax or Ceramic Spray Coating, $13.99 each. Rain-X 2-in-1 Glass Cleaner for $4.99 and Purple Power Hand Cleaner for $2.99. K&H Auto Supply, your Parts City Auto Parts store in Salem.
Parts City. Yeah, Parts City. Parts City.
Full moon coming over the horizon here in Salem. Looks beautiful out there with a little bit of high, thin cirrus clouds, kind of disguising a little bit of it. 20-6, a couple of touchdown runs by Mr. Dakota James, and another one by Anthony Carroll. Tigers lone touchdown, Caden Du Bois on a 51-yard run. And the Tigers Metcalf will go back to punt. Dropping deep will be Zach Williams for Houston. He just needs the time.
Okay.
Metcalf drops deep. Stab is back. Kick, pretty good punt. Coming down near Williams. He'll take it at the 48-yard line. Big hole up the middle. Turns to the outside and down in front of the Salem Tiger bench. Down the sideline. Williams will get all the way back to almost the original line of scrimmage. Actually past the original line of scrimmage. Down to the 19-yard line.
Pretty good punt, Stan.
Pretty good punt.
Yeah,
33-yard return.
Yeah, kind of outkicked your coverage, but that was, he just getting it out of there, what he's supposed to do. And
it's a 32-yard punt and a 33-yard return.
Whew. And it was a good return.
It was a good return.
Yeah.
Take nothing away from the young man.
No, he did a good job.
Punt, though, was where he did not have to go chase it, so that helps.
That's right.
Hughes gets the stab, a low stab, rolls to his right, wanting to throw, fires the ball deep, wide open, and caught. Touchdown is Jordan Arthur. And a flag is down.
Okay.
Flag is down back at the 24-yard line. Holding against Houston. Whoop. Wipe that off the board.
Wipe that off the board.
Arthur was wide open.
He was well behind the defender, wasn't he? Wow.
Salem Tigers lost coverage of him somewhere. So the flag thrown at the 23. And a 10-yard penalty from there.
Yeah.
We'll bring the ball back to the 34-yard line. Spot penalty. We're going to say it was thrown at the 25.
Whoop. Hold on.
That's not how it works, dude. Well, 10-yard penalty is what they're going to mark.
Yeah, they are. Yep.
That's not how it works in high school.
It's where the infraction occurred. Yeah.
Unfortunately.
Yeah.
Anyway, nonetheless, 10-yard penalty brings up 1st and 20. Handoff and trying to turn that corner, get to the outside.
Nice job.
And actually getting very little, if any, gain for the Houston Tigers is Dakota James. Had a little face-to-face there with Ruben Hovey. but no flag there, Rick.
No.
Hovey brought him down, and then he kind of got up, glared at him, and looked him in the eye. I had no idea what he said or didn't say, but
may not have said anything.
Yeah, not said anything, but a gain of 1.
But he did get attention, didn't he?
Yeah. Ball on a near hash mark. 2 receivers to the short side. Back is Hughes. Hughes looking across the field, fires it out that way, and it's almost intercepted. It is intercepted. The ball was tipped by Arthur, comes down in the hands of the Salem Tiger player Caleb Ingram, and Salem Tigers will pick the ball off at the 8-yard line. Still waiting because the offense is still on the field for Houston, Rick. I thought there might have been a flag
That's
down.
what I was looking for, and there was
nothing there, and the interception by Ingram at the 8. Actually, they're going to mark him down to 7.
Wow.
And the first turnover of the game, an Ingram interception here with still 6:10 to go in this first half. That's a big play. If the Tigers can now come off this and score something, that would be great.
Yeah.
Little drink break going on right now. Let's go ahead and take a 30-second break. 20-6, Houston on top. Back in 30 seconds. This is Tiger Football on KSMO Media.
Every project is different, which is why Salem Truss uses modern engineering software to design, then construct quality trusses for your home, barn, or business. The size of the job doesn't matter, but the quality of the work does, which is why Salem Truss will deliver their trusses anywhere. Proud to support the Salem community, they're open Monday through Thursday from 7:30 to 4:30 and Friday from 7:30 until 11. For more information, call Salem Truss at 729-9276.
After that interception, Tiger offense back on the field, and let them introduce themselves.
Caden DuBois, Jr.
Ruben Hovey, sophomore.
Jamal Metcalf, Jr.
Matthew Stokes, freshman.
Braden Atkinson, Jr.
Cole Corson, senior. Wyatt Martin, junior.
Hunter Cope, sophomore.
Hunter Brown, junior. Caleb Ingram, senior. Wyatt Campbell, junior.
With the run, gets bring it back to the line of scrimmage, or maybe a foot or two short of that. Tried to pitch back to near the goal line. It's kind of dangerous this deep, but Josh tried to get ahead of steam going, but there was no openings for him to go through. The only good thing about a play like that, Rick, if you see a gap, you can get to it.
Gives him time to maybe look. Yeah.
Metcalf comes wide to the left side. Again, Owens goes deep. Back to throw. DuBois fires it out to Metcalf. He has it, turns the corner, almost gets away. He'll go down the 19-yard line. That should be enough for a first down, Rick.
Yep.
A gain of 13 yards on the pass by DuBois. And the Tigers get their very first down of the game.
There we go.
They did get a touchdown, but
that's that was on a
51-yard
run. Yeah.
Again, Metcalf wide to the left side. They stay in the I formation. And a flag goes down immediately. Offside against Houston. I didn't see that one at all, Rick.
I did not either.
For Houston, that is their 4th penalty for 30 yards. Salem has 2 for 30 yards.
Okay.
2 unsportsmanlike conduct penalties, which I'm sure Coach Bryson Barnes is not happy about it.
I'd say he's not a happy camper. Yeah.
No, sir. I would imagine not. Evan Mendenhall checks in the game. Tigers with 4:55 still to go in a half at their own 24-yard line, under 10 seconds to go on the play clock. Du Bois in the gun. Gets the snap, wants to throw, rolls to his right, now rolls back to his left. Looking, fires that, and it's tipped and intercepted by Houston. I think he's trying to throw it away, Rick.
Yeah.
Ball was intercepted by Keaton Getz. And Houston will have the ball at the 17-yard line.
I don't know if he was trying to force that in there, Stan, or throw that away.
Well, that ball was thrown so low, Rick, I can't see how he was trying to complete it. But just throw the ball in the ground.
Throw it over here. Yep.
Or throw it, heave it to the bench. Yep. And handoff up the middle, trying to turn and spin, is Carroll down to the 10-yard line. A gain of about 7.
Okay.
With 4:23 to go. So what looked promising for the Tiger offense, the turnover, giving the ball back to Houston in excellent field position in the red zone. Wyatt Hughes under center. Gives that ball again up the middle to Carroll, and Carroll gets the first down to about the 4. For Houston, Rick, that is first down number 10. Actually, excuse me, that's first down number 11.
Okay.
So ball at the 4-yard line, first and goal. Clock moving with 3:40 to go. 20-6, Houston with the lead, knocking on the door again. And the Tiger defense of Salem hold them out. And trying to come up the middle is the quarterback, Wyatt Hughes. He'll get a couple down to the 2. No room for him there. Got tripped up immediately. I believe it was Cole Corson who got underneath him and got him down. Hughes, a junior. Got a lot of senior running backs, though, on this team, and they will lose a lot when this year is over.
Yeah.
Well, this Houston Tiger team, a lot of their running backs who've been doing this now 4 years. Little inside handoff, a nice hurdle, and going in is Dakota James for his 3rd touchdown from 2 yards out. Well, he hurdled a Tiger player, number 54 of Salem, and that is Braden Atkinson. Went right over top of him and went in from 2 yards out.
That makes the score 26-6. Houston Tigers on top.
2:56 to go in the second quarter. Again, they will go for 2.
Okay.
They have scored the only points here in the second quarter. They'll line up with a double wide to the right side. Hughes rolls that way, wants to throw, wants to go back against the grain, flips the ball up, tipped and knocked away. Incomplete. Ingram knocked that ball away. That ball was tipped out of hands of Arthur. Went up in the air, and it looked like Caden Crawford might come down with it, and then Ingram came by and slapped it down.
Yep.
So the 2-point conversion fails. And the Tigers trail it of Salem 26-6 here with still 2:56 to go in the first half. Now what we anticipated, Rick, when we saw obviously the scores of Houston, we anticipated kind of maybe a bit of a high-scoring game. But the Tigers of Salem thought after last week when they started to get the offense going a little bit, and then we saw them drive down the field initially, thought they might be able to do a little bit more here today, and they have shown signs of it, but have not got it turned around yet.
No, you're right, Stan. Not the. I guess you could look at it as not the consistency that we're looking for. We'll have a few good plays, and then we have a big negative play, and that's that's kind of the way that the season so far has gone. I mean, and you're going to have bumps and bruises the way you go, but hopefully, like you say, you can make more positives than you do negative plays.
Cash Howard down the middle. Hovey to the left side, Ingram to the right. As Nance goes back to kick it off again. He's probably getting tired.
We hope, yeah.
Still in the first half, 26-6, Houston with the lead. Nance kicks a very short ball, comes down to Hovey at the 25, fumbles the football, dives on it at about the 31. That ball went right through his hands, and he was able to dive on it before Houston could get up there. And number 56, Harold Lassiter, he definitely was after it.
Yeah, he was.
Ball to 32, 1st and 10, Salem. If you could get a touchdown here, Rick, maybe.
Maybe, yeah. Try to,
cut that lead and down to 12.
Yeah.
You got a whole second half
Then
to
you
play
gotta-
with, and you will get the ball to start the second
That's
half.
right. Yep. Finish off a good drive here, Stan. Like you say, it's been 2:48. Put this in the end zone and get the ball and start the second half.
So let's see what the Tigers can do. Du Bois back in the gun. Josh Owen with him. Wants to throw, gets a little bit of pressure. Rolls to his right, flips it out, and completes it to Ingram. Ingram dodges one man and then gets knocked down by another. And he is taken down there by Carroll after a gain of 8. Ball up to the 40-yard line. It'll bring up 2nd down and 2. Ingram did a nice down and out.
Yeah, he did.
Pulled up at around the 40-yard line, and Du Bois put it right on the money. 2:20 and counting. First half, 8-yard gain, 2nd 2. Metcalf wide to the left side. Ingram wide to the right. Du Bois back again. Has a lot of time. Now decides he wants to run. He gets the first down and will get to the 44-yard line. Pulled down from behind by 75. I'm sorry, by number 25, Michael Morgan. But a first down for Salem, their 2nd of the game. Ball to the 44-yard line. 1:55 and the clock continues to go. Salem with 2 timeouts remaining in this half. In the I formation. Fake it off to Owens. Flip it out. Caught there by the Tigers. And going down the sideline and getting pulled down by the horse collar.
Yep.
Is the Houston player. Number 56 for Houston. And Harold Lassiter pulled down the Salem Tiger receiver, Ray Cunningham, after a gain, Ricky, of almost 18 yards.
Gotcha.
It's a first down, ball at the 38-yard line, and they will mark off another 10. That's 15 yards.
Yep.
Excuse me.
Yeah.
So 18 yards, 15 more, 33-yard gain.
There you go, Stan. You was wanting to drive to put this in the end zone, and the Salem Tigers are almost in the red zone.
They're almost there. Ball at the 23-yard line in the I formation. Du Bois wants to throw again, getting a lot of pressure. Gets away from it.
Throw it.
Needs to get rid of it. Does throw the ball away as he's being hit, and they're going to throw a flag.
Yeah, and he's down.
Du Bois got himself in a predicament where he could only throw the ball away, and there was no receiver near.
Yeah.
But he now has hurt his left hand again. And let's hope he's okay. It'll be intentional grounding. That is a loss of down as well.
True.
It'll be a 10-yard penalty. Or is it a 5? I'm not sure in high school.
They're going to put it on the. They're going to put it on the spot.
No, that is not a spot foul.
Wow. They did.
That is not a spot foul. Sorry, dudes. Well, they did.
Yeah, they spotted
They
it.
didn't do the spot foul on the holding, Rick, but they do it here.
Hmm.
Is that crazy?
Well,
I'm pretty sure that one's not a spot foul. In high school, though, there are different rules.
True.
Du Bois back, rolls to his right. He's going to keep it himself. Turn up the field, gets by one man, gets taken down inside the 30 at about the 28-yard line, and a gain of about 8. And they stopped the clock, maybe 9. There's a player down. And getting up slowly
Josh.
right now is
Yeah, it's Josh.
Josh Owen.
Just got rolled up on out there, Stan.
So a gain of about 6, 7. Let's make that 7.
Okay.
Third down and still 15 with 1:17 to go. And Salem calls a timeout. With the score, Houston 26, Salem 6 with 1:17 to go in the half. We'll come back in 30 seconds. This is Tiger Football on KSMO Media.
Southwest Baptist University campus in Salem provides quality higher education close to home for residents of Dent County and the surrounding areas. The classes at SBU Salem campus are taught in the afternoon and evenings, making a degree attainable for people who are in the workforce or can't afford to go off to get a degree. We offer degrees in nursing, which is an RN Bridge program, elementary education. For more information on the degrees and programs, please contact admissions counselor Chris Welch to schedule an appointment as a prospective or returning student.
Salem Tigers putting a nice little drive together, getting a little help from a penalty, but then getting hurt on the intentional grounding call.
Yeah, he had an opportunity to throw that ball away a little early, Stan. I don't think he could get his feet underneath him right to be able to throw that ball away.
Well, you just need to find a receiver, and actually a receiver needs to come back and get near you so you can get rid of the ball.
At least kind of come back and help him out.
And you can just drop it once he throws it to you.
Yeah.
If you don't want to take the loss.
Yeah,
but you got to get near him.
Knock
You
it
just
down
can't
or
keep,
something. Yeah.
Can't keep taking off down the field when your guy's running backwards.
He needs help. You got to come help him.
Yeah. Third down. This is a big third down play. This is 2-down territory for Salem. Du Bois goes back, wants to throw, rolls, looks, fires that ball deep for Metcalf, right through his hands, incomplete. No flag down. Good coverage by Houston. Metcalf had the chance. Might have been tipped, Rick. I won't say it wasn't.
Yeah. Been a little, not a little tip. It wouldn't have took a whole lot. When you're running full speed like that and you try to get that ball's tipped just a little bit, that throws everything off.
Metcalf got behind the defender, and I believe that was Carroll back there that got the hand up. Might have tipped it, might have screened him a little bit too.
True.
So 4th down and 15. Tigers need to get down to the 13-yard line for the first down. 1:17 to go still. Okay. Du Bois in the gun, gets it, and flags go down. Flags go down. This time it's offside against Houston. That will help.
That'll help. Yep.
Rick, there's got to be something with the Houston
Tigers. Are they lining up in the neutral zone?
That's what I'm thinking.
Yeah.
I did not see any movement.
I didn't see any movement. That's
the
reason why it was making me think that they're lining. They're not looking at the ball. They're lining up in the neutral zone.
Well, that helps. 4th and 10. Ball again needs to get inside the 13-yard line. Tigers send 2 receivers to the right, 1 to the left. Du Bois fires it out. The ball is behind the receiver. Intended for number 4, Ray Cunningham, but it was behind him. Ray reached behind him and couldn't make the catch, and it would not have been enough for a first down.
No, it would not.
And with 1:10 to go, Houston gets it at their own. I'm going to say right now it looks like their own 23-yard line.
23, okay.
Actually, it looks closer to 24
24.
now than it
did
does. Before.
It does, doesn't it? Yeah.
Yeah, maybe it's the color of the ball. Shadow.
It does look close to 24. You're right.
Yeah. Houston with a 20-point lead has the ball deep in their territory. What will they do? Hughes gives that ball off, trying to get it to Dakota James, trying to turn to the outside. That man just will not go down. Gets maybe, I think a loss of 1, maybe 2.
See where they put this down at, Stan.
I'll put it right around the 22. So a loss of 1, second down and 11. Good reaction by the Tigers to get over there.
Yeah.
Clock will run down to 40 seconds. Yeah, the clock is stuttering, Rick. It's getting a certain
I watched it there while going in, and boom, boom, 2 seconds went off. Yeah. I seen the same thing.
So there's definitely some issues with the clock. Second down, call it 10. And up the middle trying to get some kind of yardage for Houston. is Carroll.
Okay.
And I didn't see much there at all. Maybe back to the line of scrimmage. Maybe one.
You want to give him one? Okay.
Well, give him a foot, but yeah, that's about it. Not much. There just was no room there, and I think Houston didn't really care.
They didn't care.
As we have reached halftime, Houston Tigers have a 26-6 lead over the Salem Tigers as they score 14 points in that second quarter. The Tigers could not capitalize on an interception, turn the ball right back over, and also could not capitalize on the penalty after a really nice pass play to pick up some good yardage late in the quarter. Could not get it in. But, Rick, we are starting to see some life in that offense, and that might be.
Hopefully that will carry over.
Yeah, it might be a good catalyst to go into that second quarter or second half where they will receive the ball to start the second half. 26-6. We'll take a 3-minute break and come back with some stats from the first half when we return. This is Tiger Football on KSMO Media.
Salem Memorial District Hospital believes that our community deserves the very best health care one could offer. We understand that all physicians need the highest quality images to thoroughly treat each situation. With you in mind, Salem Memorial District Hospital has brought these services home, and that includes our new state-of-the-art MRI. Don't waste your time and money driving long distances. Let us take care of you here at home. Salem Memorial District Hospital. Every patient, every encounter, every time.
Southtown Furniture. Southtown, where the bargains are. We've got everything from furniture to appliances. Quality floor covering. We won't be undersold, you'll see. To you, that is our guarantee. Southtown Furniture, where the bargains are.
Your legacy. Protect it, prosper, and pass it on. Stephen Patterson, attorney at law, specializes in real estate planning, probate, family law, and business law. A Salem native, Stephen Patterson provides comprehensive representation to clients throughout southern Missouri. If you need assistance, contact Stephen Patterson, attorney at law, at 573-453-2529.
For your surprisingly great rates, contact your local State Farm agent today.
If you want the real deal, call State Farm agent Cameron Irway in Salem today.
Like a good neighbor, State Farm is there.
With tax season fast approaching, you might have some questions that you need answered. If so, give the Tax Masters a call. They have over 40 years of experience and can handle all types of accounting services plus certified e-filing. Don't ever let yourself be a slave to the IRS. Come and see Jackie or Beth at Tax Masters, located at 107 West 4th Street here in Salem, or call 729-3001.
Terrell Complete Auto Care is a full-service auto repair center in Salem. They offer full-service oil changes as well as $2 discounts on Tuesdays for all ladies, and Wednesday is Senior Citizen Day. Plus, Terrell Complete Auto Care can take care of all your auto and diesel repair needs. They offer free pickup and delivery in town. James and Sheena and the staff of Terrell Complete Auto Care are proud to support the Salem Tigers.
Welcome back, Salem High School football field. This is Bill Schuchart Stadium. And congratulations on them getting the run entryway done. If you've not seen it, it's done very nicely. We're very tasteful.
Just drive by and take a look at it.
Yeah, take a look, or come on by and watch a game, you know. Tigers trailed in this one 26-6. And right now, Gannon Craig's Marching Blue is out on the field performing. And, of course, a nice crowd on hand tonight. Did not have this nice turnout in the first game, obviously, with the rain and the mist and, you know, just kind of
yucky.
Yeah. Anyway, nonetheless, though, we have a nice crowd on hand tonight. nice contingent of students. It really is good to see them following their classmates here tonight against the Houston Tigers. Houston's had the better of the play, Rick. There's no doubt about it. This team, no slouch this year. And, we've watched Houston have some very good talent in the past and not just be able to put it all together. They've had good athletes. They've had good quarterbacks. They had good running backs. Maybe they didn't have the greatest offensive line, or maybe at the year they had the great offensive line, they didn't have the good running backs. And so, it just never seemed to mesh. And this year they've got the experience on the line. You can tell it when these guys are running. They open the holes. You can also tell the experience of these running backs are waiting for those holes. That's something you can't just teach. You've got to feel. And also I think the presence, and this just might be me, of Wyatt Hughes, his third-year starter. He started as a freshman. He took his punishment. He really did. Even as a sophomore, he got hammered quite a bit last year. And then this year, though, he looks very relaxed and control. I'm just saying he's got a nice aura about him that he's in control. He's running the show.
Well, I think you're right, and I think confidence is is one thing that I will say. The young man seems to have more confidence than what he's had in the past, and lo and behold, I mean he's got some players around him, Stan, that's been with him through this also. So these guys, and I think that gives him just a little bit more confidence in what he's doing out there at quarterback position.
And when I take a look at the Salem Tigers, if we talk about them being a young team, and you're gonna see some young team mistakes. That is going to happen. You just can't. You're not going to get away from that. And somebody said, well, they played 2 games. Okay, 2 games for a kid as a freshman is not quite what I call experience.
Not much experience.
But, I mean, you're learning every single game. And as Coach Bryson Barnes said in the Tiger Talk today, they're getting better every game. They're starting to recognize things, and that's what you're looking for, getting these kids to buy into the system. As mentioned, these guys growing up together. That's just not really been the case of the Salem Tigers here in the last few years. We actually have some very small classes coming out of the 7th and 8th grade football program into the high school program. Well, last night we watched the 8th grade. Put a spanking on Willow Springs last night. It was 38-6, and that was very impressive. And to see that kind of, first off, the amount of kids that we had, that was great. And then the amount of effort and the excitement they're bringing to the game. And that, when you start seeing that in that 7th and 8th grade level, Rick, we saw that for years in the shoe card era. That when you start to get those kids to buy into the system at that age, and then by the time they get to the high school, they already know what they have to do. And like you say, I mean, our JV, put a whip in their herd the other night on Kabul. So so these kids are learning, and they're learning on the field. I mean, they have to play in order to to get experience is what Stan is talking about, and that's the reason why we start back there, like you say, down in our middle school level, all the way up to the high school, and you hope those kids just stay together and keep competing year after year until they get up here in the high school level, and they'll see what happens. You become a unit, and when the team becomes a unit, you work together, you fight together, you breathe together, you play together, everything is done together. And I will say this about Houston, not because they're winning 26-6, but Coach Sloan has done a great job with them. Now, we've known there were times that Houston had a new coach every single year.
Every year we would go there.
Yeah, they'd have a different coach and a different system. How do your teams grow into that? He's been around. This is his 6th year, so now 5 years. Now, Rick, if you start going back to those 7th and 8th grade teams, now those juniors and seniors have been together 4 or 5 years.
They're out here tonight.
You're seeing the payoff of that investment into Coach Sloan, and I really want to congratulate him. He's done a really good job with the Houston Tigers, and we wish them the very best. Of course, not the rest of the game tonight, but but he has done a very, very yeoman's job with this team, and not only making them into a very what I kind of call very disciplined team. They look very sharp. The offsides don't look too good, but the rest of it, they look very, very solid here in all aspects of the game.
Yeah, and you're right. And it looks like that what I'm seeing, too, is these kids from Houston are buying into Coach Sloan's system. I mean, he stuck with it, from the time that, like you say, from the time that he got to Houston until the time he is now. And like you say, and you can see tonight that it has paid off for the Houston Tigers.
When you look at the old programs, Coach Airy and, Coach Pitts and all the down Thayers, West Plains, Willow Springs, all these players. And it doesn't have to make what difference the sport is. If you've got the coach there, we've seen it before. When you go to Ava, and they've always got the same guys. Now, Ava's got a new coach this year. Right. The other coach moved on. But it's going to happen. Eventually, somebody's going to get a better opportunity. If you go, help coach a college team, why wouldn't you go?
Why wouldn't you
right?
go? Exactly. Yeah. I mean,
sure, absolutely. But when you are in high school and you watch these teams, the old Jeff City Jays and stuff, when they had the same coach and they're winning every year, and they know exactly what to do. And then the kids drive each other. They push each other to get better all the time, and that's also
what
key
you're looking
too.
for. Yeah, exactly.
And right now, Salem is in that process of growing these kids. Let's talk a little bit about the individual stats from the first half. Rick, if you would pass on some individual stats from the Houston Tigers.
All righty. We'll start out with the leading carrier for Houston Nightstand. It's going to be number 22, Anthony Carroll. He's got 11 carries for 83 yards. Dakota James has got 12 carries for 67 yards. Wyatt Hughes has got 5 carries for 20 yards. Zach Williams has got 2 carries for 18 yards. And so they got 188 yards rushing in this first half.
And they have really done a good job changing up their approach to that rush, too.
Yeah.
Not just a dive play here or something. Some of the plays that they have look for short yardage, but most of them look to be big yardage plays.
True. Yeah, that's what
they're
looking for. Yeah, they're looking for that quick, explosive boom, and then 15 yards down the field, and then here they go again.
8 to 10 yards is what they're looking for each play.
And then if they get more than that, then that's what they're looking for.
And if they don't get that, then they have to kind of reset their next play.
That's true. Yeah, and in the air, Mr. Hughes put the ball up 3 times. Stanley only completed the 1 pass and had 1 INT for this, so they ended up with 189 total yards of offense in this first half.
Okay, for the Salem Tigers, Rick?
Yeah, let's start out with Caden Du Bois with the big 51-yard touchdown run. He's got 5 carries for 66 yards, and Josh Owens got 4 carries for 5 yards. So Salem's got 71 yards of rushing in this first half.
And throwing the ball, Caden has put the ball up quite a bit.
Yeah, he put the ball up 9 times. Stan. He completed 4 of those passes for 34 yards. He had 1 INT. So the Salem ended up with 106 yards of total offense in his first half.
Couple of drop balls. We mentioned early on in the game the 1 pass to Brakefield. A little bit behind him. We've seen him make great catches, but Rick, you got to get that ball right on the money. We have one to Ingram here. We have one to Cunningham.
Yeah.
All those balls just a little bit off, but in high school football, those balls got to be on the money. These are not experienced receivers that they can reach back with great hands and. They just aren't those receivers yet. They may grow into it. Doggone it. We've had some good receivers in the past. But as freshmen or sophomores, probably not there yet.
Not there yet.
Yeah. And anyway, but still some decent offensive numbers for the Salem Tigers. A little over 106 yards in the first half. And so the positive is they are going to get the ball to start the second half.
True.
And we'll see what they can do. When we come back after this 3-minute break, we will go ahead and give you the team stats from the first half. Here at halftime, 26-6 our score. Houston on top. Back in 3 minutes. This is Tiger Football on KSMO Media.
This is Mike Elliott from Town & Country Insurance. As an independent agent, we shop many different companies, allowing us to find the best value for our clients. Town & Country Insurance has been serving South Central Missouri since 1963. We have offices in Salem, Rolla, Licking, and Mountain Grove, and would welcome an opportunity to show you what we can do for you. Stop by 400 West Scenic Rivers Boulevard, located inside the Town & Country Bank, or you can call our office at 729-6624.
No matter what, every morning, farmers go to work, doing what needs done. The work is unforgiving. The days are long. Real long. They nurture, they grow, they harvest. When the day is done, sell the fruits of your labor to your neighbors on Town Street.
When I meet a new loan customer, I try to drop everything that I was working on prior to them coming in my office and focus directly on what their needs are at the time, whether it be a new car, their first house. I focus directly on what they are telling me and what they are needing. And it doesn't matter if it's a small $1,000 loan or a $200,000 house. I try to treat every client the same.
Relationships. It's not just being on a first-name basis. It's a partnership built on trust. This is Scott Ball, president of the Bank of Salem. Since 1883, the Bank of Salem has been serving our local community with the kind of personal service and professionalism that builds relationships. We've earned the trust of our customers with over a century of strength and stability, never once changing our name or compromising customer service. Stop by one of our 2 locations in Salem, visit our website, or download our free mobile app. The Bank of Salem, Equal Housing Lender, member FDIC.
Sorry, Dad.
Sure, you could get him a new car. You could also light a pile of money on fire. Because as long as Mr. "It wasn't my fault" takes the wheel on occasion, maintaining this car is your best option. So keep it running longer, stronger, with quality parts and a whole lot of Napa know-how.
Dad, where are you going?
Duncan Family Chiropractic provides chiropractic care to everyone from newborn to elderly. Dr. Duncan treats wellness, sports injuries, chronic ear infections, pregnancy, and more. Ask Dr. Duncan about your full line of supplements, including Juice Plus and standard processed supplements, as well as pain relief, BioFreeze products.
We are at halftime here at the Bill Schuchard Stadium in Salem, Missouri. My name is Stan Stevens. Rick Hoyt joining me here with stats and commentary from the first half. Salem Tigers down 26-6 in this one. It really has been the running game of Houston that has been the difference in this one, and they really have shown what an experienced offensive line can do. It reminded me a lot of the years where Salem Tigers have always had those great rushing teams. Or some games we never even threw a pass. We didn't have to. We controlled the game on the ground. And they're kind of reminiscent of that right now because their passing game has not been bad. They actually had a good pass for a touchdown, got called back on holding. And I know Wyatt Hughes can throw the ball. That's not the issue. The thing is, though, when you can control the game on the ground, you eat up the time, you chew up yardage, and you just, you control exactly how fast or slow you want the contest to go. And right now, Houston has dictated the pace of this game. They actually got 11 first downs in that first half, and then a couple of big plays. Actually, 2 touchdowns were called back on penalties. One a pass play, another a running play. They did have a total of 6 penalties for 50 yards in that first half. There was one interception, as Rick mentioned, that Wyatt Hughes threw. The ball was tipped, came down the hands of Caleb Ingram. That in the second quarter, ball was taken down at the 7-yard line. And the Tigers, though, ended up giving that ball right back to Houston here in just a moment. We'll talk about that in just a second. And as far as the Salem Tigers are concerned, they had a couple of big plays called back as well, but not to the extent that Houston did. They had 3 first downs in that first half. Total of 3 penalties for 42 yards. And of 2 of those 3 penalties were unsportsmanlike conduct. We believe against Wyatt Campbell because we believe, Rick, you saw him that he had to take off his equipment. And so we believe that was against Wyatt. You get 2 unsportsmanlike, you are finished.
Yeah.
But we never saw the official give the ejection sign.
Yeah. He never did do that. Like, say, one of the coaches, I think, that told Campbell that get on the other side of the truck. I think you're done. And that then I did see him taking off his equipment.
So we believe that that's the case. That is not official, so please do not take that as official. But 42 yards on 3 different calls and 1 interception against Caden DuBois. That ball, he threw it low trying to kind of bury it. Ball hit a player, kicked up in the air, and came down into the hands of Keaton Getz, a junior linebacker for the Houston Tigers at the 17-yard line, and they went on to score off that turnover, and that always makes it hurt just a little bit more. We are approaching the second half of play. We're going to take a 1-minute break and come back and have for you the scoring in this first half when we return. It's 26-6 Houston. Back in a minute. This is Tiger Football on KSMO Media.
If you have the audacity to believe a financial advisor should talk with you, not at you.
If you believe access to your financial advisor should be a right, not a privilege,
Join the nearly 7 million investors who think like you do. FaceTime and ThinkTime make a difference. Join us.
Join us.
At Edward Jones, it's how we make sense of investing.
Call Joe Brand in Salem at 729-3831.
I am a Missouri Farm Bureau insurance agent, and I'm here to talk about life, your dreams, your work, your family, and how you can protect it all with a company that will talk to you with the honesty of a farmer and take care of you with the integrity of a neighbor. I'll make sure no detail is left uncovered so your family can breathe easy. Because just like you, I chose to build a life in Missouri too. I'm a Missouri Farm Bureau insurance agent, and I'm from Missouri for life.
Here at Bill Schuchart Stadium, we do want to thank our friends in the emergency response system. We got Salem EMS out here from the Salem Memorial District Hospital. They provide a person out here for every practice and also have the ambulance here for every game, and that we just have to thank them for that. Great coverage and great support of our community, and also the Denton County Fire Protection District fire truck also here. Great support of our community. We really had the parade right prior to the game, Rick. A lot of different floats and things. So I hope you had a chance. I hope people had a chance to maybe catch a little bit of that. And in the meantime, though, we do want to respect the great community support that we have here at Salem High School.
True.
And the sports programs. Yeah. This one got underway with Houston losing the coin toss, and that's probably about the only thing they lost in that first half. It really didn't go their way. The Salem Tigers elected to defer, and Houston got the ball, and I mean to tell you, from the moment they got it, it looked like they just had a plan of action to just drive the ball to Salem Tigers and then use a lot of misdirection because of the youth of the Tiger team. When you have a younger team, they like to possibly over-pursue when they think you're going to the right, going to the left. And what Houston was doing is using these inside handoffs, faking it to a man going to the right, handing it off to maybe somebody in motion or the other tailback going to the left, and they were able to pick up some big chunks of yards, especially early on in the game. And it ended up in a touchdown just 4 minutes and 40 seconds into the contest as James went in from 25 yards out. A really nice run. He broke 2 tackles, Rick. You remember that.
Yep.
Kind of used a straight arm on one, pushed the man off, but also was able to break a tackle around the ankles, got to the outside. He went in. 2-point conversion failed. It was 6-0 at that point. Tigers really could do nothing on their next drive, gave the ball back to Houston in pretty decent field position. Houston actually had a touchdown early on in that drive, but it was called back on a holding call. They were able to still drive down the field, and that was a pass, by the way. Then they were able to drive down the field, and Carroll went in from 8 yards out as he got an inside handoff, was able to just circumvent the defensive end and got into the end zone, barely got into the end zone. A 2-point conversion failed at the 2:20 mark of the first quarter, and that made it 12-0. The Salem Tigers did respond, and with 37 seconds left to go, Kane DuBois with a real good look to his right, spin off, went to his left, and then found what I would call a truck-size hole, but did not hesitate, Rick. And the thing is, he had a chance to throw the ball at that time. He carried it instead, took it, and ran 51 yards for the touchdown. The point after was blocked, and it was 12-6 at the end of one quarter play. Still had a good ball game going on. Still have a good ball game going on, not to take anything away from it. The Tigers, though, really put themselves in a little bit of a situation where they got the turnover, and Houston drove down the field. They've been blessed with some pretty short fields.
That's true.
Already. Yep. But they drove down the field. We got the interception. Unfortunately, we gave it right back. Another interception as Guest picked it off. And then James on a 10-yard run went in, and that made it 20-0 after the Hughes 2-point conversion was good. And then with 2:56 to go, after a great punt return of 33 yards by Williams, I believe, and they just walked into the end zone, and 4 plays later at the 2:56 mark of the second quarter, made it 26-6. The 2-point conversion failed. And that's where we stand as we get ready to kick off for the second half. So the Cash Howard will be open down the middle. It'll be Nance kicking off. Looks like Hovey to the right side, to the left side, excuse me, and to the right side, it's been Ingram. Cash standing back at about his 16-yard line. Nance has been kicking it right to about the 25 or so. This one he'll kick about to the 20. Comes down in the hands of Howard, and he'll go out of bounds at the 25. There is a Houston player down out around the 30-yard line, getting up slowly. Wearing number 56 is Harold Lassiter. He's gone down a couple of times in this game. Like he's kind of checking his knee. He limped off early in the game, didn't he, Rick?
Yeah, he did. Yeah. He's been very gingerly out there, huh?
Yeah.
You're going to stay in the game, though,
He's going to stay. Lassiter, by the way, is a senior, Rick.
Yeah,
he's not taking me out of this
coming
game,
out of this
Coach.
game.
Yeah. My senior year. Metcalf wide to the left side. Tigers had success throwing the ball near the end of that second half. Flip it back to Owen. Owen gets hit behind the line and taken down for a loss of about 5. Houston shot the gaps there. They were blitzing in, and they got Owen way back behind the line of scrimmage. And so Lassiter gets in there. He's not hurt that bad.
No. Shook that off pretty quick, didn't
Yeah, he got in there quick.
He did.
Loss of 5,
Wow.
second down 15, almost 16.
Wow.
Owens got that ball. He looked up. He saw white jerseys. That's not what you want to see.
I can't go anywhere.
Yeah, that's about what it felt like. Du Bois rolls to his right, looking to throw, fires it out and incomplete. I believe that was intended out there for, I believe, Brakefield.
Kind of in between.
Yeah, I kind of throw it in between two. I'm thinking Brakefield. I'm not sure that's who the intended receiver really was, but it was close to Brakefield, so we're assuming that. Just underway here, starting the second half. KSMO bringing you Salem Tiger Sports. 26-6 Houston, high formation. Du Bois rolls to his right again, gets good blocking, flips it out to Brakefield, trying to go upfield, breaks the tackle. He's got the first down as he gets across the 35 to the 38. No flags down I can see, and it looks like a gain of just about 19 yards, Rick, and a first down for the Salem Tigers. Good job by Brakefield to break that tackle. He'd have been 5 yards short.
Yeah, if he didn't break that, you're right, Stan. He would not have made that.
And then he got the extra yardage on second effort. He checks out of the ball game. 1st and 10. Ball at the Salem Tiger 37-yard line. 2 receivers to the left side. Mendenhall and Cunningham. Keeping it himself is Du Bois up the middle. He'll dive forward for about 2 to the 40. You know, Rick, I was just thinking here is Houston is sending everybody so quick. If you just send Josh Owen out on just a little flare pass out to the right side, have your other receivers go down and clear it out and see if that defensive end can get over there. I'm not sure he can.
I don't think he can get out there. You're right.
But we'll see if that's something the Tigers want to look at or keep maybe Owen back to help protect. Keeping it at Du Bois again on the run, and he's not going to find much room. He'll gain a yard. Trying to run off to the right side as he's trying to follow a block. Wyatt, sorry, not Wyatt Hughes, in on the tackle. Number 25, Malachi Morgan in on the tackle. It'll bring up 3rd and about 6. Metcalf wide to the left side. Tigers again in the eye. Du Bois wanting to throw. He fires the ball out and it's tipped away. Intended for Cunningham. The ball was tipped. As Du Bois is being chased, it'll fall incomplete. 4th down and still 6. Salem needs kind of a break here, Rick. Drop punt.
Something to happen. Yeah.
Some kind of turnover. Going back is Zach Williams. And he's got some speed. Not a big guy, only 5'8", but he does have some speed. As Metcalf, a high snap, brings it down, has all kinds of time, drills this one pretty well, takes Williams back to about the 15, and he had to go to his knee when he kind of lost his balance.
Yep.
And that's where Houston will start out. Maybe they'll mark him down at the 16. 1st and 10. We're in the third quarter with 9:39 left to go. It's 26-6 Houston.
That could have been the break right there that Salem needed to stand. He got back on that pretty quick, didn't he?
Yeah, he did. It would have been nicer if he let slip out of his hands.
Yeah, went a little further away from him. Yeah.
You know, this is the Salem field. You can do that. So from this, we're going to call it the 16.
Okay.
Even though it may actually be between the 16 and 17. We're going to kind of call it a 16. 3 running backs in the back. We've seen this formation a lot. They flip it outside to Carroll. Carroll trying to turn that corner, breaks the tackle, dives for a gain of about 6. Unless they mark his knee down a little bit earlier. I think it's still going to be about 6.
Yep.
2nd down, 4. Hubbie got over there, was able to trip him up, and he went down. Be nice, Rick, to keep it 2nd and 8 would be nice a few times, but it's got to give Houston credit. They've been able to get that big gain on 1st down. Split backfield, and coming up is the quarterback Hughes, and he had to burn a timeout. Oh, nope, he didn't have to. Salem got called for offside, Rick.
Yep, yeah, they did. Kind of leaning in the middle.
I did not see
yeah, there was one leaning in the middle, and I couldn't see if he was actually over the line, but they did blow it dead, so he must have leaned over the ball.
I didn't see the flag at first. I just saw Hughes coming out of the underneath the center and coming out toward the sideline. Then I saw across the way the flag. So 26-6, Houston on top. We have still a lot of time left to go in this second half. 8:54 to go, third quarter. Hughes in the gun, gets it, will hand that ball off and trying to turn that corner. And making a good play is James. And James will get the 1st down and more out across the 40. Gain of about 14 yards. 1st down again for Houston. That'll be their 13th. The ball marked right at the 40-yard line. Well, I tell you what, you cannot take away the efforts of Dakota James and also Anthony Carroll. Both of those running backs, they're
carrying the load.
They are carrying the load.
That's exactly what they're doing.
Hughes in the gun, gets it, hands that ball off on the inside reverse. Getting it there is Williams. Williams up the middle of the field as he cut back. Will pick up 7. Ball will be at the 42-yard line. It'll be 47-yard line. And a gain of 7, 2nd down and 3. Tom Williams might take it to the outside, Rick. He elected to cut back.
Yeah. He's seen a little crease there, and I think that he thought that outside may have been covered up, but he's cut that ball inside. But I thought he would continue on the way he was going, but he decided to cut that in.
I truly believe because he was behind his offensive line, he was very hard to see.
Yeah.
I was really surprised Salem got him that quick. Even after 7. Wide Hughes, the snap, hands that ball off quickly. Again, James trying to turn the corner, the 1st down and more. And he'll go out of bounds, getting to the Salem Tiger 44, 45-yard line. Having a gain of 14, 15, almost 15 yards. Another 1st down for Houston. You may not like what you see, but you got to be impressed by their consistency in their play. I mean, they've got these things down to a science right now.
Yeah.
And who's going to block who and how long it takes to get there.
Yep.
Williams wide to the left side. You got a double slot formation. Keeping it himself is Hughes. Hughes dives to the 40-yard line. Gain of about 5. Can bring up 2nd down and 5 from the Salem Tiger 40. 7:35 to go, third quarter. 26-6, 3 touchdowns by Mr. Dakota James, a 165-pound senior, 5'11". He has had a good game for Houston, but so has Mr. Anthony Carroll.
Yep.
Maybe not the same numbers as James, Rick, but
pretty
still
close.
a solid effort.
Pretty close, yeah.
Williams wide to the left side again, that double slot formation. And offside, I believe. called against the Salem Tigers.
Yep.
Or is it against Houston?
Offside Salem.
Nope, offside. Yep, there it is. Kept moving the ball around. That's going to be close to a first down.
A yard, not quite a yard shy, Stan.
Nope. Second down, we're going to call it 1. We're in the third quarter, 26-6. Houston with 12 points in the first quarter, and 14 more points in the second, leading at half, 26-6. Snap. Hughes takes it, gets the first down, gets his head fall on, but it's a gain of 2 yards. Another first down for Houston. They've got 15 on the game. Call it a ground control game, Rick, and that's exactly what they're doing. They're just chewing up the clock,
and that's what they do. I mean, we watched it in warm up. We didn't see many balls in the air. We just seen that, like saying using, predominantly just the 2 backs at what we've seen here tonight. But they, they will occasionally, like you say, do something else, and they will put the ball up if they want to.
Well, lately they have gone away from an inside handoff. They're just running things right off the counter, from the scratch. Nice run there by Carroll. He'll pick up about 5 up to the 30-yard line. A couple of good pops up there. Carroll getting up a little bit wobbly on the walk back to the huddle.
I think Mr. Hubby come up and made that stop.
I think he did.
Yeah, he put a pop on him there.
Also helping out for the Salem Tigers was Josh Owen coming up from his DB position. Second down, we're going to call it 6. Hughes in between his big running backs. Gives it off to James. James at the middle. Nice move. Trying to cut to the outside. He'll gain 3 or 4, but he paid the price. And the ball will be down right around the 26-yard line. It'll be a gain of about 4 or 5. And right now with 5:42, it looks like each team will get a water break. Rick?
All righty.
26-6. Houston on time. Let's go ahead and take 30-second break in return. This is Tiger Football on KSMO Media.
There's a place for do-it-yourselfers with everything for your car or truck.
There's end of summer savings at K&H Supply in Salem. Get Turtle Wax Ceramic Wash and Wax or Ceramic Spray Coating, $13.99 each. Rain-X 2-in-1 Glass Cleaner for $4.99 and Purple Power Hand Cleaner for $2.99. K&H Auto Supply, your Parts City Auto Parts store in Salem.
Parts City. Yeah, Parts City. Parts City.
Right now, in the middle of a water break, we do want to thank our sponsors that help make this possible for us to bring this to you on KSMO Media. And just a few of those sponsors are J&D Automotive, the Dent County Vet Clinic, Hometown Mechanical, and Align by Design Chiropractor. We thank them for helping make these broadcasts possible. Also want to our friends over at Ozark Overhead Door. They are bringing you our score book so you can know what the score is and what the clock says as you're looking at our viewing monitors all over the place. We do thank them. Remember, we are streaming on Twitch, on our KSMORadio.com, our Facebook page, as well as YouTube. Hope you're enjoying it. Snap comes back to Hughes, and Hughes will turn upfield. He'll get the first down to the 20, a gain of about 6. Their 16th first down of this game.
Wow.
Mentioned just kind of like the old Salem Tigers were, just like a machine. You can count on 3, 4, 5 yards a pop. Get second down, maybe 5, maybe 6. Then third down, 1 or 2. Hard to stop teams when you continue to get that.
True.
And you know right now the Salem Tiger defense, Rick's been on this field a long time. Long time.
Yep.
All right. Wide to the right side goes Jordan Arthur. Doubt if they'll be passing, but you never know.
True.
The handoff, trying to find his way through to the outside, James, and he'll get very close to a first down at about the 13-yard line. Going to mark him down to a little gain of 7. Will bring 2nd and 3. Didn't right know where they were going to spot him down. As Wyatt Hughes will come back in. Splitting out wide to the right side is Zach Williams. Then they all come back. except for Williams, to the huddle. So you can tell the importance of him in this play. Hey, isn't that terrible?
He didn't get to play.
No, he didn't even get out near the huddle. You got a double stack of receivers on the right side. As Hughes gets it, he's going that way, trying to outrun the defense, and he gets hammered for a loss by Hovey back at about the 9. It'll be a loss of a yard and bring up 3rd and 4. Clock continues to run. 4 minutes and change still left in this third quarter. 26-6 the score. Should be 3rd down, right, Rick?
Yeah, it should be 3rd, shouldn't it?
Well, I know they just ran a play for a loss. How could it still be 2nd? It sure wasn't 1st down. Is there a penalty down?
I didn't see a penalty flag. I guess
must
so.
Be, Rick.
Yep, there we go.
Holding.
I didn't see it.
Against Houston. Well, I didn't see it either.
Yeah.
So now we know why they didn't move the ball.
True.
Move it back 10 yards on Houston. That's their first penalty of the second half. 7th of the game. Bring up 2nd down and 12.
Okay.
Snap back to Hughes. A little inside handoff to Carroll. Nice play. He's going to turn to the outside. Tigers get him down, but after he gets the first down near the 5-yard line. Well, that was a nice play. A 14-yard gain and a first down. Woo. They gave it to James, who just left it up in the air as Carroll came back through, pulling off the slot, Rick, and he just snuck right by the tight end. Wow. That was a very tight formation to do that.
That was.
Coming back in the ball game. They've been rotating guys out. Malachi Morgan coming in, and Austin Getz in the game now. Getz will go right in between James and also Carroll. Wyatt Hughes under center, turns, giving that ball off to Carroll, and Carroll will get inside the 5 to about the 3, trying to go off the left tackle. Very consistent.
Yep.
Methodical. And right now, that Salem Tiger bunch on defense.
They got to be tired, Dan.
Yeah, they're trying not to break, but boy, you can only bend so far. 2nd down. And Coach Bryson Barnes knows that defense needs a break. He calls timeout. 26-6, Houston on top. We're going to take a 30-second break and return. This is Tiger Football. You're listening to it and watching it on KSMO Media.
Every project is different, which is why Salem Truss uses modern engineering software to design, then construct quality trusses for your home, barn, or business. The size of the job doesn't matter, but the quality of the work does, which is why Salem Truss will deliver their trusses anywhere. Proud to support the Salem community, they're open Monday through Thursday from 7:30 to 4:30 and Friday from 7:30 until 11. For more information, call Salem Truss at 729-9276.
Salem Tigers will travel down to Thayer next week, take on the Bobcats in SCA play. And if you can't make it down there to enjoy the game, we'll have it for you on KSMO Media. Salem and Thayer next week in another SCA battle. Salem Lady Tiger volleyball team will be at Potosi Tuesday. I believe it's a 5:30 JV, and varsity will follow. Will not have that on KSMO Media. We wish Coach Barnes and her ladies good luck next Tuesday. Sure. Don't forget, tomorrow, Missouri Tiger football, 11 o'clock. They take on K-State from Manhattan, Kansas. 11 o'clock game time. How about that? Handoff up the middle, not getting any. Actually, I don't even think he handed the ball off. I think that's Wyatt himself trying to run it in. Okay. Faked the handoff, kept it himself. And the Tigers did stack them up. Maybe a yard, Rick.
Okay. Maybe.
Maybe a yard. I mean, not much. 3rd and goal from still just about the 3. If you want to be generous.
I will. I did.
2:25 to go third quarter. 26-6. Houston on top. Only have a single setback in there. They got Carroll up in the wing.
Yeah.
He'll be coming back through, I guarantee it.
Nope.
Nope, he did not. James gets it on the handoff, trying for his 4th touchdown. He's got it. James from, we'll say, 3 yards out.
Okay.
And that makes it a 32-6 lead.
Nothing fancy there, huh, Stan?
No, sir.
Just Mr. James was right there beside Hughes, and he took the Wyatt took the snap and just handed it to him and said, "You go get the touchdown," and he did.
And in the wing position, Carroll did a little pirouette and then cut off the impeding Tiger defenders trying to come across. No, Houston's going for 2 here. Either way, Rick, it will still, there is a Tiger player down, by the way.
Okay.
And that is Reuben Hovey.
Okay.
Tiger coaching staff and the Houston coaching staff is over there. Hovey, it looked like he started to get up. It looks like he got a cramp. He has cramped up a couple of times here early this year, and I think that's what it looked like. He had a cramp because he started to pull on his leg, and that's why I thought he was going to get right back up, and then he went back down.
Well, when you know when them get a hold of you, don't you?
Oh, man. The Charlie horses, and you just sit there.
Been there, done that.
Oh,
wow.
Any athlete that says you never had a Charlie horse, and I think, well, you've been blessed then, because I tell you, when they hit you, it's like a vice grabbing your muscle and just keeps twisting it. And you got to get that out of there.
Yeah.
And that's hard to do.
It is hard to get it out of there and then keep it out of there.
Yeah. And then try
It'll
and
come
walk
back.
it off.
Yeah.
Try and stretch that back out. All right, 32-6. They're going to go for 2 here. Wyatt Hughes will be standing deep. With him is James. He'll get it, wants to throw. Now he's going to probably run. Now he wants to throw. He does. Incomplete. Good defense by the Tigers. Ray Cunningham, pass intended for Williams. A little bit behind him, but Ray was there and knock it away. And the 2-point conversion fails. And so with 2:07 to go, 32-6. Houston on top. One thing you can't deny, Rick, Houston has come in. We didn't know if that offense was real or if they're just playing possibly some teams that might be a little bit down. That's for real. That offense that they have right now, it's definitely chewing up the yardage, chewing up the clock, and keeping the Salem Tiger defense on the field. And that in itself, I mean, somebody might say, well, yeah, but they're still scoring. But the Tiger defense was on the field. This drive, my goodness gracious, they started out the third quarter with the ball, like Salem did. Had a short drive, and from that point on, 9.5 minutes? This is a 7-minute drive.
Yeah.
That defense has been on the field. That's a long drive.
That's a long time on the field on one drive.
Betcha.
You're exactly right.
With the other team continuing to gain positive yardage all the way down the field for the most part. Can't take anything away from that. That's some good ball. We're missing a player out there.
Oop, here he comes.
Hovey was usually the guy out there. Breakfield's going to take his place.
So where's he supposed to be?
He's supposed to be back around the 20, but he's going to move up.
Yeah.
Tigers' Evan Mendenhall just sneaked back there.
Okay.
Cash Howard still the deep man, and the kick's going to come toward Mendenhall. He'll take it at the 23, drops it. But he's bent down on his knee to pick up the ball, and that's where Salem will take over. 1st and 10. And Tiger player down, Rick. Number 70, Cole Corson, a little slow in getting up. He's getting up on his own, though. He's going to get back in. Again, I think a lot of this is just some cramps.
I think you're exactly right. I'd say a little
seizure of that muscle.
I mean, it's a nice evening stand, but like you say, you can kind of feel the humidity and stuff in the air. And that, when you're doing this, you're exerting yourself a lot, and that you've got to keep a lot of fluids in you to keep from having to do that.
Well, anybody that's been getting up in the morning, Rick, knows how wet the grass has been. This grass out here right now with a clear sky, it's starting to get moist.
Yep.
And so a little bit of a slip or anything like that, and they can trigger a Charlie horse
Boom.
in a second. You betcha. So, and he might just slide a little, not a whole bunch, but it might be enough. Trips to the right. Seems that Hovey's back in the game, I think.
Okay.
I think he's back out there. Might be Brakefield. And now I believe Salem will have to burn a timeout, or did a penalty come down?
Yeah.
Salem Tigers did burn a timeout. With still 1:54 to go in the third quarter, it's 32-6. Houston on top. We'll take a 30-second break and come back. This is Tiger football on KSMO Media.
Southwest Baptist University campus in Salem provides quality higher education close to home for residents of Dent County and the surrounding areas. The classes at SBU Salem campus are taught in the afternoon and evenings, making a degree attainable for people who are in the workforce or can't afford to go off to get a degree. We offer degrees in nursing, which is an RN Bridge program, elementary education. For more information on the degrees and programs, please contact admissions counselor Chris Welch to schedule an appointment as a prospective or returning student.
He's been pitching pretty well.
Yeah, true. He has.
Welcome back. Salem High School football on KSMO Media. Caden Du Bois and Tiger offense back on the field. They go trips to the right.
Okay.
Josh showing a single setback. Du Bois wants to run the ball quickly and takes off. Thought he saw a little hole there, tried to get through. He'll pick up 3 yards. To bring up, trying to mark his knee down back at the 24, so pick up 2.
Okay.
2nd and 8. Thought he saw a gap. Tried to take advantage of it. Could not break that tackle, and had he broke that tackle, there was nobody in the second level.
Yeah, you had to get through that first level, Stan. If he could have got to that second level, he would have had a big gainer there.
Give credit where credit's due, though.
He's seen it.
He saw it. He just could not make it work for him. Couldn't get through there. Drops the ball. Du Bois sprints out, fires it deep down the field, turning in. Metcalf pulled down.
Yeah, they did.
He did throw the flag. Okay. Thought he did, but I didn't see the flag went underneath.
when the defender's throwing his arms, he's got to throw that, and he did.
He did. It was pass interference, yeah. I saw the back official, and it looked like he threw the flag, but Rick, I didn't see it. And I'm sitting there going, wait a minute.
What's he looking at?
Yeah, well, Metcalf, when he went down, was laying on the flag, and that's why I couldn't see it. It's a 10-yard penalty, and it's an automatic first down. No, that's not a spot penalty.
No.
Not in this. First down for the Salem Tigers because of the penalty. Their 5th of the game. Moves the ball up to the 38-yard line. Du Bois rolls to his right. He's got some running room, throws the ball, and it is caught by Ingram for another first down at the 48-yard line. That's a gain of 14. Just a little down and out. Well thrown ball there, as the only one who could catch that one was Ingram. Going to the outside, defended there by number 4, Jack Sawyer of Houston. Another first down for Salem. Ball at the 48-yard line. Down to a minute left to go in the third quarter. Metcalf wide to the right side in the I formation. They flip it back to Owen, trying to get some running room. And again, Josh stopped. He gets thrown backwards for a loss of 2. Getting in there, number 56 of Houston, and that's Harold Lassiter, and he threw him back. They're going to give him a loss of 3, actually. Going to move him back to across the 50-yard line on the Salem side. Well, you just cannot stop here. And you see guys out there, you think you can stop and cut back, and they are coming at you. Once you stop, you are dead meat.
Yeah. You got to keep moving. Yeah.
So, second down, 12. Du Bois will take it right up that gut again. This time he breaks that tackle, still on his feet to the 40-yard line. That's a gain of 10. And it'll bring up 3rd and 2. Tiger player slow in getting up.
It's the end of the quarter, Stan.
And that brings an end to the third quarter of play. Houston 32, Salem 6. Back in a minute. It's Tiger football on KSMO Media.
Salem Memorial Memorial District Hospital believes that our community deserves the very best health care one could offer. We understand that all physicians need the highest quality images to thoroughly treat each situation. With you in mind, Salem Memorial District Hospital has brought these services home, and that includes our new state-of-the-art MRI. Don't waste your time and money driving long distances. Let us take care of you here at home. Salem Memorial District Hospital. Every patient, every encounter, every time.
Southtown Furniture. Southtown, where the bargains are. We've got everything from furniture to appliances. Quality floor covering. We won't be undersold, you'll see. To you, that is our guarantee. Southtown Furniture, where the bargains are.
Welcome back to Bill Schuchart Stadium. Salem Tigers trailing at 32-6. They are faced with a third down. And they're going to say about 3.
Okay.
So marked him down just outside the 40. And on a Du Bois run. Breakfield the up man, and Houston comes across. That's going to give Salem Tigers a first down.
Yep.
That's the 9th penalty for Houston this game. Tigers now with 7 first downs. Houston, by the way, with 17 in this game.
Wow.
1st and 10, ball at the 36-yard line. And you know, Rick, one of the things we don't talk too much about, the more they run these same plays, they get more repetitive, they're going to get a little better.
Yeah.
You know,
I mean, that's called reputation. I mean, yeah, that's repetitions. That's
repetition. Yeah, I think the reputation of the repetition.
Yeah.
Trying to get outside his zone, and he gets grabbed and is thrown down. That'll be a loss of about 4, maybe 5. That play is not working on that pitch back.
True.
And I think they need to get that one out of the playbook for tonight.
Yep.
And if they do use it, maybe they need to get Josh in motion.
Yeah, get him a little head start or
get him
something.
in motion. Have stutter step one way, go the other. Instead of pitching it back as he kind of goes deeper and then tries to come up, and that just has not been working.
True.
Metcalf wide to the left side. Ingram in the tight end position comes across the field. They throw the ball intended, it looked like, for Ingram over his head. It'll bring up 3rd and 15. Metcalf went deep. Ingram came across the field. Du Bois had the time. Pass a little bit high. Caleb could not get that one. 3rd and 15 with 11:18 to go, 4th quarter. Salem at Thayer next week. Houston had too many guys on the field. They had a man check in, check out. It should have been a flag. Did not get seen. Snap back to Du Bois. Getting chased. He turns, runs. Flag goes down on holding. Du Bois continues to run, and he runs out of bounds at the Salem. I'm going to say at the Houston 38-yard line, maybe 39. And the Tigers will be penalized for Salem. Boys try to make the best of the situation, but they may decline this penalty and make it a 4th down.
Like about 4th and, I'd say about a 4th and 12, 4th and 13.
Yeah.
Looks like the coaching staff is saying move them back, Stan.
Holding against Salem. And they are going to move them back, Rick.
Yeah, they are. Going to go from the line of scrimmage. He threw the flag.
Yeah, I know. Again. 10-yard penalty.
Okay.
$62 yards and penalties for Salem on 6 calls tonight. So it's 3rd down and a bunch. About 26. Du Bois has it. Wants to fire it deep. He does, and the ball is tipped and incomplete, intended for Breakfield. And it'll bring up 4th down and still 26. Houston had dropped 5 guys in that area. And the ball was tipped, and actually
pretty close.
It got to be, when the ball was tipped, if I know you're saying, if Brakefield could have reached back and was fortunate enough that ball got tipped and left up in the air a little longer, he might have been able to take it, but ball was tipped. It did not deflect up in the air. It just kind of deflected kind of level with the player's shoulders and went down. So Salem's going to go for it here. Why not?
Yep.
11:02 to go in the 4th quarter. Du Bois back. We'll throw a little screen pass. Get outside to Metcalf. Metcalf trying to break that corner, and he's going to, he's still fighting for yardage. There's a flag down, Rick.
Something went down. Wasn't it a flag?
I think a flag. No, it might be something else.
Okay.
So the Tigers do not get the first down, but they do get about 19 yards out of that 26. And Houston will take over at their own 36-yard line.
I got to hand it to Jamal, Stan. He didn't give up on that, did he?
Nope, he did not. He broke a couple tackles and was able to get close. Well, a little screen pass. And maybe Salem is, feeling out a few of these plays, Rick, to use
set
as
something
the year
up and try
goes on.
it.
Absolutely.
Yep.
The only way you know what your kids can do is put them in that position, right?
Let's try it. Yep.
All right, double receivers to the right side. They're going to do that end around again. Getting after Williams. Williams gets tripped up. Nice tackle made there by the Salem Tigers, I believe. For Salem was number 54.
Yep.
Braden Atkinson.
Yep.
Still a gain of 4. It'll bring up 2nd and 6. Right at the 40-yard line. Doing that this time a little end around.
Yeah, he did.
On the backside, not the inside handoff, around the backside.
True.
And Atkinson was able to stay at home, make the tackle. He is a defensive end out there, and that's what he's supposed to do.
True.
And that's what he did. Hughes waiting for the snap, and never got it.
Procedure?
Rick, I think so, but I'll tell you what. It just looked like the center didn't snap the ball.
I think that they was wanting it. Like, hey, give me the ball.
Yeah, I was like, he just didn't snap it. Yep. Everybody else did a snap count, and he forgot. And I'm just guessing on that because that's what it looked like. So bring up 2nd and 11 with 9:59 to go. Clock is running down. Wyatt Hughes and company. These guys have really had a nice running game tonight. Ball loose on upfield, and it's fallen on by the Houston Tigers. It's James falling on that. James has had a night, 4 touchdowns tonight. So the fumble's not lost. 3rd down, still 12 yards to go. Salem and Thayer next week. 7 o'clock from Thayer, Missouri. We'll be down there, talk to Art Corum. Maybe if he comes over from Ava. Art likes to go over and watch other games. That's pretty cool about that. We possibly will see Mike Crace.
Good.
Redbone Mike Crace from Alex Rutledge Outdoors in the morning. Tomorrow you can catch that 6 o'clock here on KSMO Radio. That's Mike Crace called Redbone. Snap is back. Hughes rolls to his left. Takes the time, wants to run back to his right. He's got a lot of green space. Chased down by Atkinson, and he runs out of bounds at the 40-yard line. He probably ran 50 yards to gain 6.
Yep.
But that's okay. It'll bring up 4th down and about 5, maybe 6 yards to go. We've not seen Houston punt all night. We might see it now. 32-6, Salem Tigers trail the Houston Tigers. Coming in, it looks like to punt for Houston. It'll be number 11, Austin Getz. You have Austin Getz, you have Keaton Getz.
Okay.
Austin standing back at his own 28 on 4th and about 6. Gets off a decent kick. Metcalf takes it at the 28-yard line, trying to turn upfield to across the 30 and 40 and trying to get back to near midfield and did a nice run back on that. At the 28, They say he stepped out of bounds, Rick, at 43. I thought he got up closer to the 50.
He did too.
But he didn't. Must have stepped out of bounds.
Okay.
So gain back of about 16 yards or so on the return. Salem will have it 1st and 10. Coach Barnes out there talking to the official. Not happy about something.
Yeah.
He is not happy about something. 8:40 and counting. And the officials do kind of gather. Maybe he's got a point.
He's got some penalty here against Salem Tigers. Did not see. I mean, I seen him point. Didn't see the signal stand. What the penalty was.
Well, it looked like they showed motion. Well, it can't be motion.
They're going to move the ball back to about the 30.
So they're moving it back to 31. So,
okay.
I'll be interested to see this call again, Rick. Or is it going to be the 26? This would be 15 yards. No, it's going to be a 10. And they're pointing further back.
We're going to have a discussion here with the referees.
Coach Barnes is not happy.
No, he's not.
I didn't even see the
I
flag.
didn't see
Rick.
any. I
It
didn't
must
see
have
the
been
flag.
over the bench area. And I don't know what the call's going to be. Another unsportsmanlike on Salem?
I don't know, yeah.
We're just guessing, folks. We have no clue. We've not even seen the official show a signal, but I'm telling you what, he and Coach Barnes are not going to go out and have a burger after the game.
Well, the official's on the wrong side, too, Stan. Now they're going to give it.
Still waiting. Still waiting.
Blocking the back. Personal foul against Houston.
Well, then why did they move it back?
Why did they move it back? If they're offsetting penalties, you put it back where it was at.
Blocking the back, personal foul. Why are we leave it alone or re-kick? Now they're going to move. They take the 10 yards back. Then they're going to move it up 15. Okay, I can see that, Rick.
Yeah.
But the problem is, if they're offsetting penalties, go kick the ball again.
Yeah.
I don't. Okay.
Because you can't call it after the play.
No. So.
Okay.
We got a push in the back against the Salem Tigers. That's 10. And 15 against Houston for the personal foul. Now it's 95 on 11.
Okay.
Penalties.
All righty.
All right. 8:40 to go. 32-6 Houston. I guess we have it all figured out. Even though does not appear we do. As the official still will not let them get started.
Okay.
All right, finally. Snap is back. Du Bois has to jump on it. Went off his left hand. That's his bad hand. The snap was off to the left. He knocked it down, and they'll lose 5 on that. Second down and 15. Du Bois injured his left hand last week, which is why he couldn't play quarterback anymore. It swelled up. He couldn't take snaps. And so this week it was able to go down. And he still got a little bit of pain there, but he was able to play quarterback again. But that ball directly snapped on that left hand. I'm sure that didn't feel very good.
True.
Kane gets it and snaps it, runs it back right up the middle, gain of 3. 7:50 and counting. We have had a lot of kids getting up slow in this one, and that time, well, kind of staggering as he got up.
That was Carroll.
Was Carroll, yeah, and he's still staggering. I'm surprised the official don't send him off. Coach is trying to get him off. They finally got his attention. James is bringing him over. He's staggering out there, Rick.
Yeah,
they're not bringing him off. Yeah, they've got to bring him off.
Yeah.
Yeah, he got up and he wavered.
He was a little woozy there for a minute.
Yeah,
so,
I hope everything's okay.
Hope he is okay. Yeah, we
hate to see that because that's you don't want any concussions. And if kids have to miss games and stuff because of concussion protocol, that's just not what you want to have happen. On third down, Du Bois gets the snap. And it looks like offsides against Houston again.
Okay. Yep.
That'll be 100 yards and penalties.
Okay.
Got it.
Okay, he's going to bring up third down and about 9 for the Tigers.
Yes, sir. 7:25 still to go. This game has lingered on.
Kind of went to a snail's pace here, huh?
You know, Rick, they sent Carroll back out there.
Wow.
And now he just checked back out again.
Ooh. Yeah, they can't put him back in there.
3rd and 9. Under center, Du Bois. Keeps it. Rolling. Flips it out to Brakefield. Brakefield almost falls down, gets across the 50. It'll be a gain of about 4. Again, the pass to Brakefield behind him, and he had to reach back and take him out of his stride. He gained about 5, but he still needs 5 more. 4th down and 5. They spot the ball right at the 49-yard line of Houston. 6:40 and counting on your Friday night football from Salem, Missouri. Had a nice crowd on hand, nice parade. Unfortunately, Houston Tigers have a 32-6 lead. 4th down, Du Bois gets the snap. He's getting pressure right away, and he's going to go down. On the blitz by Lane Seago, he goes down, and Wyatt Hewitt there as well. And down went Du Bois, and that will turn the ball over to Houston. He's able to get back to the line of scrimmage. I give Caden a lot of credit for getting back there.
True. What a run.
And now the officials are giving the kids a chance to rehydrate.
Yep.
Because they're rehydrating, we're going to take a break. 30-second break at that. And we'll return with more Salem Tiger football. 32-6, Houston on top. This is Tiger football on KSMO Media.
Your legacy. Protect it, prosper, and pass it on. Stephen Patterson, attorney at law, specializes in real estate, estate planning, probate, family law, and business law. A Salem native, Stephen Patterson provides comprehensive representation to clients throughout southern Missouri. If you need assistance, contact Stephen Patterson, attorney at law, at 573-453-2529.
We welcome you back to the Salem High School football field, now called Bill Schuchart Stadium here in Salem. And again, we want to thank all those sponsors that make it possible for us to bring you Salem Tiger football and volleyball. That's J&D Automotive and Dent County Vet Clinic, Hometown Mechanical on Aligned by Design Chiropractic. And I want to thank Ozark Overhead Doors, and the guys do a great job over there. They are doing our scorebug for you, so you get a chance to see those people. If you're watching the KSMO Media stream, you see that there. And if you're listening to it on the radio, we thank them for making it all possible. Hughes gives that ball off, and trying to turn up the field is Carroll back in the game, I believe. And he will not go down, Rick. He just will not go down. An 8-yard gain. Carroll got his bell rung here earlier, and he checked out, and then he went out there, and they went off sides. He came back out of the game, went right back in. Woo. I'm surprised the officials let him back in the game, Rick, to be honest with you, because he was woozy.
Yeah, he was.
But he looks to be fine now. Ball the 43 of Salem on the near hash mark with 5.5 left to go. That Tiger defense has got to be tired out there. They have been on the field a lot.
Yeah.
Getz in the backfield. And they give it to Getz. And Getz up the middle, number 11. Oh, I'm sorry. I don't know what I was looking at. It's Carroll.
Carroll? Gotcha.
Yeah, I'm sorry. I looked at the sideline, I looked up, and I saw number 11, and it was stuck in my head. And I thought, well, why am I calling that? He's not even in the game. He may go back in the game, but he is not in the game at that play. Because he has been a decoy when he goes out there and they put 3 guys in the backfield. He's been the one in the middle every time acting as a decoy. Hughes gets it, gives it off to Carroll again. Big hole, turns to the outside. That's the first down and more, and we'll get to the 26-yard line. I don't say and more. He's got enough for the first down and more, about a couple yards, but he gained about 8, maybe 9. Another first down for the Houston Tigers, number 18 on the game. Make that 19 on the game, excuse me. With 4 minutes to go, Williams goes wide to the right side, and Arthur goes in the slot. James not in the game at the moment.
Letting the play clock run down, Stan.
They are.
Yep.
Giving it to Carroll again. Carroll taken down behind the line of scrimmage this time for a loss of a yard. Tigers got in there nicely. Ingram getting inside. They're also coming in for the Salem Tigers was Gover. Good to see Toby in there and making a nice tackle.
Yep.
Second down and 12. Loss about a yard and a half. Ball back at the 28-yard line with 3:17 to going. Some different guys getting a chance to come in now for Houston. We see checking in Dakota Hostetter. His first time in the game with 3 minutes to go. However, Wyatt Hughes is still in there.
Yep.
Malachi Morgan in the game as well. Hughes will give that off to Carroll. Carroll breaks the tackle, stays on his feet, and will not get more than 6 yards. He'll get down to about the 23. Tell you, Tiger player Ray Cunningham would not let go of his ankles. He wasn't doing it.
Hang
he
on.
might drag me to the end zone, but I'm not letting go. Third down and 6. 2.5 to go in the ball game. 32-6 Houston. Salem will fall to 0-3 on the year. The Houston Tigers will now be 3-0. One consolation, Rick. They won't get over 45 points. Well, in this game, more than likely.
Sure.
Du Bois checks out. He's had a long game.
True.
Hughes has it. They flip it off again to Carroll, and Carroll will get to a 12-yard line. He'll have the first down on a gain of about 10, maybe 11 yards. And with 1:50 to go, Josh Owen in on that tackle. 1st and 10, first down number 20 for the Houston Tigers. Okay. This has been a munching ground game all the way. If you were a grub, you'd be
talking
happy.
about ground and pound?
Ground and pound.
That's exactly what they're doing.
And Carroll's checking out of the game.
Yep.
Williams in the backfield along with Malachi Morgan. Give it to Morgan, and Malachi trying to make his way to the end zone. And he gets down to about the 5. He's very close to a first down, by a yard and a half short. He had a nice run off the right tackle. And there's been nothing fancy what Houston has done tonight. But I am surprised Wyatt Hughes is still in the game.
True.
Well, you would think that they would give your backup guy a chance to
get a little some snaps in. I agree with you. Yep.
Down to 50 seconds left. Hughes drops the football, and I really don't know what happened to it.
Where'd it go?
I have no idea. I saw the ball come out. It looks like Salem may have come away with it.
Salem's got it.
And the Salem Tigers do. Tigers recover the fumble, came right out of the hands of Wyatt Hughes.
True.
I did not see who got it.
I did not either.
So the turnover, the second of the game for Houston with 33 seconds to go. I think I might take a knee here, Rick, and just
I agree with. I kind of agree with you.
No sense getting anybody hurt. However, we'll see. They may have a play. In mind. They want to try
something.
Yeah.
Try something.
So Everett Campbell will check in, and a timeout called by Houston. And with 33 seconds to go, 32-6 Houston on top. Let's go ahead and take a 30-second break and come back. This is Tiger Football on KSMO Media.
your surprisingly great rates? Contact your local State Farm agent today.
If you want the real deal, call State Farm agent Cameron Irway in Salem today.
Like a good neighbor, State Farm is there.
33 seconds left on the clock, Houston. I thought they might make some personnel changes. See a few clean jerseys coming in there, Rick, but not all that many.
Not all that many.
It's not like they're throwing a shutout or anything. It's
true.
But Coach Sloan knows what he wants to do and give some guys just a taste of varsity action. Campbell in at quarterback, hands that ball off, and Tigers are going to try and run a little bit of a ground game here in the last 30 seconds. Just like
was that Chandler?
Chandler.
Okay.
So Brakefield with a gain of 4. Down to 10 seconds. I don't think the Tigers are in any hurry to run another play, and they are not. This game's going to come to an end with the Salem Tigers losing to Houston by a final score of 32-6. We'll take a 2-minute break and come back with some stats for you when we do return. This is Tiger Football on KSMO Media.
With tax season fast approaching, you might have some questions that you need answered. If so, give the Tax Masters a call. They have over 40 years of experience and can handle all types of accounting services plus certified e-filing. Don't ever let yourself be a slave to the IRS. Come and see Jackie or Beth at Tax Masters, located at 107 West 4th Street here in Salem, or call 729-3001.
Terrell Complete Auto Care is a full-service auto repair center in Salem. They offer full-service oil changes as well as $2 discounts on Tuesdays for all ladies, and Wednesday is Senior Citizen Day. Plus, Terrell Complete Auto Care can take care of all your auto and diesel repair needs. They offer free pickup and delivery in town. James and Sheena and the staff of Terrell Complete Auto Care are proud to support the Salem Tigers.
This is Mike Elliott from Town & Country Insurance. As an independent agent, we shop many different companies, allowing us to find the best value for our clients. Town & Country Insurance has been serving South Central Missouri since 1963. We have offices in Salem, Rolla, Licking, and Mountain Grove, and would welcome an opportunity to show you what we can do for you. Stop by 400 West Scenic Rivers Boulevard, located inside the Town & Country Bank, or you can call our office at 729-6624.
No matter what, every morning, farmers go to work, doing what needs done. The work is unforgiving. The days are long, real long. They nurture, they grow, they harvest. When the day is done, sell the fruits of your labor to your neighbors on Town Street.
As we come back, Salem Tigers and Houston Tigers both get in their huddles on the field, and Salem loses this one to go to 0-3, 32-6. Sometimes when you watch a football game and you're watching a young team out there with the Salem Tigers, and you're hoping you see the improvement, and there is some improvement, don't get me wrong. But when you see the team like Houston come in, who has been down for years, Rick, you know, we all know that, and they've not had that good, consistent program for a long time. And the Salem Tigers had pretty well dominated this series for many years, like 39 in a row. When you look at how they played tonight, and I want to give Coach Sloan and all the entire Houston Tigers a lot of credit tonight. They have worked hard to get to this stage to where this game was a Houston Tigers dominated game. I mean, they dominated from the beginning to the end. They dominated on offense. They dominated on defense. I don't really know what else to say about it besides it was, if you love a ground game, these guys can run the ground game. I think Wyatt Hughes can throw the ball. I know years ago when he was a freshman, he threw the ball more. They only threw it a few times, a couple times. I mean, did throw one touchdown pass, got called back.
Right.
He did throw a couple times on 2-point conversions, did complete a pass for a loss and one for a gain for a total of 1 yard.
Yeah.
1 yard.
Yeah.
But it wasn't like Houston didn't have the offense because their ground game, literally, Rick, you had to be impressed with, we talked about the repetition. The Salem Tigers are trying to do the same plays to get that repetition, to get better on those plays.
True.
Houston Tigers been doing this now for 3 years with these guys, and that repetition's paying off.
Yeah, you're right. It's starting to pay off, and that's and I've got to hand it to like you say to Coach Sloan is he's took these kids and they've they've listened to him. I mean, he could have, Coach Sloan could have bailed out a long time ago too if he wanted to, but he did not. He stuck with the program. He's got these kids playing the way he wants them to play, and it's starting to pay off this year for the Houston Tigers.
Yeah, and I mean they didn't have a great year last year, but they are having a nice year this year. 3-0 to start the season out. There's a long way to go. Don't get me wrong. Right. But right now they have meshed, and when you get a team that meshes and they're playing like they are. Like they did tonight, and how they have so far this season, you just got to tip your cap to them. 32-6 is no slouch. 5 touchdowns, 4 of them by one guy, which really is their leader when they need a big gain. Dakota James, the guy they go to, 165-pounder. He's only 5'11". This guy's not like 6'4", 240. He is a senior, and he's a smart runner when we talk about that. But then to back him up, you got a guy like Anthony Carroll. 6'1", 195, bigger guy. He's also a senior. He is their second leader on the offense, not to mention Wyatt Hughes is a junior. Those 3 guys tonight really did a job in controlling this offense and not taking anything away. Their offensive line gave them plenty of holes, and they need a big gold star for the day too. But when you watch this Houston team and you see what the yardage is going to be, and Rick's going to tell you here in just a second, just recognize it. These guys have been losing for years. They've not had winning seasons. They've had a couple winning seasons over the last 15 years. But what they did tonight, very impressive. I mean, just tip my cap to them. They literally just, from start to finish, kind of just took this game and put it in their pace, whatever they wanted to do. If they want to speed it up, slow it down, they could do it.
They done whatever they wanted to, and as we'll start out, Stan, with their leading carrier tonight, it's going to be number 22, Anthony Carroll. He had 21 carries for 148 yards. Dakota James had 18 carries for 110 yards. Wyatt Hughes, Stan, had 11 carries for 39 yards. Zach Williams had 4 carries for 29 yards. Michaela Morgenstern had come in and he had 1 carry for 8 yards. So they ended up with 334 yards of rushing on the night.
That's a good night rushing. And a lot of short fields to boot.
Yeah, and you're right, like saying, and that's the reason why Mr. Hughes didn't have to put the ball up, Stan. I mean, because of that right there. And he, like I say, he did have, he was 1 for 4 for 1 yard with 1 INT. So they ended up with 335 yards of offense on the night.
Which is not a bad number, especially with some of the fields they had, Rick. We had, 18 yards?
Yeah.
They had another one that was after the punt return of 30 yards, from the 30-yard line. So some short fields.
True.
Not a lot of yardage to be gained. But they did most of their damage in the first half and led at halftime 26-6. They only got 1 touchdown in the second half. So part of that, you got to tip your cap, Salem Tiger defense. These guys were on the field. What do you say? 75% of that second half?
At least, they had to be. Yeah, they had to be on their possession. They, because with the way the Houston pounded the ball with the first down. I mean, they just kept moving the ball down the field, and it, and when you do that, I mean, you're stuck out there on the field and you can't get off.
No, and even if you have guys that come in and spell you for a little bit of time, you go right back out there, and this drive just continues. It seems like it's never going to end.
And it never ends. You're right.
So, any other statistic you see on the Houston side? Not much really there. That really was it.
Yeah, that was like you say. I mean, their running game, like you say, was A1 tonight.
Houston had 20 first downs. That offense was able to generate. They did turn the ball over in a fumble, and they also had 1 interception, but. That's pretty impressive. Houston was penalized 12 times for 100 yards.
Yeah,
100 yards.
And a lot of offsides.
A lot of offsides, tonight. I didn't get that one. All right, how about for the Salem Tigers?
Okay, for the Salem Tigers, the leading carrier tonight, Stan, is going to be Number 12, Caden Du Bois, he had 12 carries for 91 yards. Poor Josh Owenstand, I mean, he carried the ball 7 times for -7 yards. He just couldn't get anything going. And Chandler Brakefield come in, Stan had 1 carry for 4 yards. So the Salem ended up with 88 yards of rushing on the night.
Did have some success passing the ball.
Yeah, he did. He was 8. Caden was 8 for 17 for 91 yards on the night with 1 INT. So that Salem ended up with a total of 179 yards of offense on the night.
Salem Tigers were penalized 7 times, 72 yards. They did have that 1 interception Rick talked about, and they had a total of 7 first downs in the game. We'll take a 2-minute break and come back with the scoring from this one. Houston wins at 32-6. Back in 2 minutes. This is Tiger Football on KSMO Media.
When I meet a new loan customer, I try to drop everything that I was working on prior to them coming in my office and focus directly on what their needs are at the time, whether it be a new car, their first house. I focus directly on what they are telling me and what they are needing. And it doesn't matter if it's a small $1,000 loan or a $200,000 house. I try to treat every client the same.
Relationships. It's not just being on a first-name basis. It's a partnership built on trust. This is Scott Ball, president of the Bank of Salem. Since 1883, the Bank of Salem has been serving our local community with the kind of personal service and professionalism that builds relationships. We've earned the trust of our customers with over a century of strength and stability, never once changing our name or compromising customer service. Stop by one of our 2 locations in Salem, visit our website, or download our free mobile app. The Bank of Salem, Equal Housing Lender, member FDIC.
Sorry, Dad.
Sure, you could get him a new car. You could also light a pile of money on fire. Because as long as Mr. "It wasn't my fault" takes the wheel on occasion, maintaining this car is your best option. So keep it running longer, stronger, with quality parts and a whole lot of Napa know-how.
Dad, where are you going?
Duncan Family Chiropractic provides chiropractic care to everyone from newborn to elderly. Dr. Duncan treats wellness, sports injuries, chronic ear infections, pregnancy, and more. Ask Dr. Duncan about your full line of supplements, including Juice Plus and standard processed supplements, as well as pain relief, BioFreeze products.
Here back at the Bill Schuchard Stadium at Salem High School, it was a 32-6 win for Houston, 26-6 at halftime, and the Salem Tigers fall to 0-3 on the year. This game started out with Salem Tigers winning the toss. They kicked off to Houston, and from that point on, really, the Houston Tigers took over on the ground game. It took a 4-minute and 40-second drive. 78 yards. James goes in on a 25-yard run. The 2-point conversion failed, and it was 6-0 at that point. The Tigers offense came on the field, got what looked like might have been a little bit of a positive note, offside, a couple offsides by Houston after Salem Tigers were able to get a little bit of yardage, just not enough to get a first down, and had to kick the ball right back. And at the 2:20 mark of the first quarter, it was a Carroll touchdown. His only touchdown, Anthony, went in from 8 yards out. A really nice run coming off the outside. He just outran the Salem Tiger defense. 2-point conversion failed on both the first touchdown and the second. And at the end of one quarter, it looked like it's going to be 12-0, but hold on. Before the end of that first quarter, the Tigers got the ball right around the midfield stripe after the kickoff, and it was Du Bois on a 51-yard run after a penalty by Houston, by the way, and a nice run by the Salem Tigers. 51-yard run. There was a flag thrown at the end of it, but it was already, they counted the touchdown. Point after was blocked. And it was with 37 seconds left to go in that first quarter. It was 12-6 at the end of one quarter. And it looked like the Tiger offense may get something started. But the Houston Tigers came right back on the ensuing kickoff. They drove the ball all the way down the field. And at the 8:20 mark of that second quarter, another touchdown by Mr. Dakota James. This one from 10 yards out. He ran right through the middle and found his way in the end zone. Used the 2-point conversion on a quarterback sneak. Made it 20-6 32-6 at that time. Tigers got the ball back and looked like something was going to happen, but they had to punt the ball away. Salem Tigers then got an interception as Houston was driving into the red zone. Got the ball to 7-yard line. 3 plays later, though, Caden Du Bois threw a ball. They looked like it hit a player, bounced up in the air, and Getz intercepted it. Keaton Getz for Houston. They got the ball back. Were able to score with 2:56 left to go in the half. And that touchdown really hurt. And that made it 26-6. The 2-point conversion failed. Then in the second half, again, just one touchdown. And that was on a 3-yard run by James. I thought the Tiger defense really kind of did the job. They had the Tigers had the ball on offense first. Rick moved the ball a little bit. Got a first down, but couldn't keep it going. Yep. Kicked the ball away. St. James was able to then drive the rest of the field. And with 2:07 left to go, scored on that 3-yard run. 2-point conversion failed, 32-6 at that time. But really, after that, neither team could. Each team generated a little bit of offense. Salem Tigers moved the ball a little bit, got a couple first downs, but no more scoring down the game. So good things are the Tiger defense shut down Houston the rest of the way. Sure. But the Tiger offense, they have a few good plays, but still missing on a few plays. And they need to get something done with that running game. Sure. The offensive line's just not getting the job done and getting those holes there. And if they are getting the holes, Rick, and the running backs are not quick enough to get there, Coach Bryson Barnes going to have to figure out how he's going to be able to cheat a step up or make some adjustments on the handoff. Years ago, there used to be so many different ways that we used to watch on the option how Salem would hand the ball off. Yep. Sometimes we're right along the line of scrimmage. It was crazy.
Yeah, and that's what we liked about the option. That's, because like you say, and just like and that's very similar to what, like you say, that what Houston was running here tonight. I mean, they had, he had options when he was back there. He didn't have just one back with him. He could, he could go either way, or like you say, if they do an end around, and that, to me, that makes the defense have to really pay attention, or you can get yourself lost and you can give up a big game.
They were doing inside handoffs. They were doing end arounds. They were doing straight forwards. Yep. They were doing just little stagger step counter plays. Nothing super fancy, but nothing Salem hasn't seen before. Right. It was just the mix that they used was very good. And tonight they just, tip your cap. Houston played probably one of the best games I've ever seen the Houston Tigers ever play against Salem Tigers. They win it 32-6, 3-0 for Houston, and 0-3 for the Salem Tigers, who will be at Thayer next Friday. It's not going to get any easier, Rick.
No, it is not.
Never does when you go to Thayer. That's a tough place to go and play. We want to thank you for joining us for Tiger Football on KSMO Media. And, of course, we'll be there to bring you the game next Friday from Thayer. Don't forget our Lady Tigers play at Potosi on Tuesday night. And tomorrow we'll have Missouri Tiger Football, 11 o'clock here in KSMO against K-State. Cardinals game will be coming on just a minute on a delayed basis, and we'll be joining that in progress. And also, don't forget, tomorrow night the Cardinals will play 5:40 against Pittsburgh right here on KSMO. For Jim back at the station, for Ben down there at the other end, for Krista, who is upstairs enjoying the beautiful weather, my name is Stan. Rick was with us. We thank you all for being with us on KSMO Media, where tonight Houston defeated Salem Tigers. Final score, 32-6, and good night from the high school football field.
Thank you for watching this broadcast of Salem Tiger Football on KSMO Media. This game was brought to you by K&H Auto Supply, Salem Memorial District Hospital, Farm Bureau Insurance, Bank of Salem, Napa Auto Parts, Monet Auto Supply, Progressive Ozark Bank, Tax Masters, Southwest Baptist University, Salem Campus, Town and Country Insurance, Terrell Complete Auto Care, Edward Jones, Duncan Family Chiropractic, Ozark Overhead Door LLC, State Farm Insurance, Salem Trust, Southtown Furniture, Stephen Patterson, Attorney at Law, Living the Dream Outdoor Properties, Wilson Mortuary, Country Chic Boutique and Photography, J&D Automotive, Dent County Veterinary Clinic, Align by Design Chiropractic, Hometown Mechanical, Town Screen LLC. Thanks to those fine sponsors, we're able to bring you Salem Tiger Football on KSMO Media.